and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new steel battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
The Orlando Boat Show is at the Orange County Convention Center August 18th, 19th, and 20th with 20 of Central Florida's best boat dealers representing over 80 manufacturers. Fantastic deals on bass boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, wake boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Lots of family fun with Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, and the trout fishing pond. First time in Orlando is the Kids Fishing Clinic with Captain Don Dingman from Hook the Future TV show. Over 40 exhibitors showcasing a variety of products. The Boat Super Sale. You can't afford to miss. More info at OrlandoBoatShow.com.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mix-in you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
SafeTouch offers modern options to secure your home or business with just a tap on your phone, watch, or screen. Right now, buy one outdoor camera with 24/7 recording, get one free. Visit safetouch.com. SafeTouch, peace of mind with a purpose. State license number EF200001945.
Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised $22 million to support scholarships for families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. For 13 weeks, June 12th through September 4th, Carroll Distributing has donated 13 additional cents from each case of Bud and Bud Light sold in Brevard County. Join the Monsters from Real Radio 104.1 on Friday, September 8th, broadcasting live from the Cocoa Beach Fish Camp as we present Carroll Distributing's additional donation to a Brevard recipient. That's Friday, September 8th at Cocoa Beach Fish Camp starting at 6 a.m. For more info, visit realradiomonsters.com on the events page.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine that's now being mixed with other drugs like heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine, causing overdoses to skyrocket. If you're struggling like I was, you're not alone. Let's end overdose together. There is hope. Visit pathforhope.com for more information.
You ought to call Strata for a new AC or emergency repair. StrataAC.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, August 14th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from Hawaii wildfire bombshells drop to a man living off the grid goes viral, and will the Georgia Trump trial be televised? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us if you want to. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not bad.
Yes.
Here we are, full week ahead of us. Lots going on this week on the show. It's going to be a fun time for sure. So make sure you hang out with us. Before we get started here and get into everything, a quick note. Everybody who bought the latest design drop, the shirts are out. They are on the way. If you haven't gotten yours already, you will be probably getting it, I would guess, today or something. They're all out. They're all gone. And I had a moment where, God, everything was falling apart. On Friday after the show, I was getting everything loaded up and driving it over to the post office. And on Friday, I wore the shirt. I wore the latest shirt on the show.
Okay.
To show people, here it is. It was great. It looked really, really good. Not saying on me, just saying in general. And so I'm wearing the shirt, and I get in the car, and then downtown is a nightmare. They got all kinds of stuff shut down. There's businesses shut down.
There was like a scaffolding thing that happened, right?
Yeah, and it's bad down there. So after I dropped the shirts on,
why can't downtown handle a little bit of scaffolding?
I don't know.
It's like these people have never seen New York City.
They've never scaffolded before. It's the first time, apparently. So I go to the post office. I have like 5 miles left on my gas tank.
Sean,
I know.
this happened last time.
I know. I keep doing this. And so I'm on my way back. I got 2 tires low on air, 5 miles in my gas tank. Huge detour. I have to get on the interstate now. And I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to get stuck on the interstate. And I make it right to the exit. And I'm like basically rolling into this gas station. At which point I realize, oh my God, I don't have my wallet. Right? If everything's falling
Sean
apart.
Wasson.
And I go, oh, that's right. I de-boomerified myself. I know how to use Apple Pay now.
Okay.
So I'll go in and get some gas with Apple Pay. In the gas station, tons of people in there. And this big-ass dude, I'm talking he was big.
Like a wrestler?
Yeah, he looked like it could have been a wrestler. And he's walking past me to leave the gas station. And it was one of those things where I was like, should I give him a head nod to acknowledge that I see him, that he's there? And I didn't. And then when he walked past me, he goes, have a great Friday, you MFer.
Oh.
And it took me a minute to register.
What did you just call me, dude?
It was the shirt that I was wearing.
That's
I was
funny.
like, is he trying to fight me right now? And I go up to the counter. The guy's like, where'd you get that shirt from? Everybody was asking about the shirt. So
wait, what was your answer to the guy at the counter?
The guy at the counter.
when the guy at the counter at the gas station asks you, oh, that shirt's really cool. Where'd you get it from? What did you tell him?
I made it.
I said the internet. I didn't want to describe everything.
Didn't want to tell him,
so
it's
funny.
from my own radio show.
You know, you could have just taken it right off your back and handed it to him.
I know.
Real rock star move.
God, I missed my opportunity there. But everybody else was more blessed to have me keep the shirt on. Anyhow, all those are out and on the way. And hopefully you get yours today if you haven't yet.
So long story short, you did make it to the post office.
I did.
And drop off everybody's package.
Yeah,
And you got a full tank of gas?
I got no, I put like 20 in because I
I know.
was irritated. Just wanted to get back home. Just wanted to be on with my weekend, for God's sake. Let's put our ear to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to another entry from the world of AI music that is disturbing. It should never have happened. It shouldn't have been made. And it shows us just how far off the AI cliff we have actually gone. Listen in.
Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash.
I love this account.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere.
I love it.
Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party, 'cause I'm in a Barbie.
Oh, I'm in.
How amazing does that sound? It's exactly
So
like
weird.
if Johnny Cash went into the studio and said, I'm sorry the Nine Inch Nails song was miserable. I'm sorry it was so sad. Let me give you something upbeat here to showcase what's going on in the culture right now.
If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a party in the USA.
That's wild. Good God. Burn it with fire. That's catchy, though. It's very, very catchy. Maybe too catchy, you might say. But Barbie's still #1 at the box office this weekend. Courtney dragged me with her. We watched the Barbie movie this
You
weekend.
saw it, and
We went back to Deadsville, that damn movie theater I told you about. There's this whole huge downtown area, not downtown, but like a tourist area And it's so weird walking around there because it's abandoned, basically. There's nobody
The
around
movie
there.
theater side is.
The movie theater side and like where all those big restaurants are and stuff. It was just nobody out there to speak of. But I like that because that means there's less people in the movie theater.
Sure.
And so we went and watched that this week, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was cool to look at. I thought like the way
Visually, very cool.
Yeah, visually the way they filmed it and they made the sets and everything, and I thought it was good. It wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst either.
Last time I was at that movie theater, I went and I think downstairs from the movie theater, they have an arcade bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dave and Buster style, where you load up some credits on a card. And
Right.
You go play some arcade games.
It's a big one,
some fun
too.
stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I've turned into such a pussy now that Ashley and I rode a virtual roller coaster.
Oh, that's fun. The one where you're like leaning back. I mean, it kind of, for everyone else, looks very strange.
You had like these goggles on,
Yeah.
VR goggles, and it was just doing a little bit of movement. And I don't know if it's like blowing air in my face or what. It made me nauseous.
Oh my god!
The virtual
You're
roller
getting
coaster.
old.
I had to like just sneak the headset off and just kind of sit there and regain my center.
This is what happens.
And then Ashley took hers off when the ride was over. She goes, "What'd you think?" I was like, "It was great. It was so cool.
You know,
a lot
let's
of fun."
do it again.
You know what I noticed after watching the movie that I think has changed as a result of stuff in the last 5 years or so? And I don't abide by this. And I was the only one, Courtney and I were the only ones that didn't abide by this. When the movie ends now and the credits start, nobody leaves. Everybody just sits there.
They want there to be like a after credit
Yeah.
scene.
Everybody's sitting there waiting. They're like, what else you got for me? They're waiting for some end of credit scene or something.
And what was very hilarious about Barbie in particular is that, not really a spoiler, but at the end there's a touching moment in which it will probably have some people crying. And then the movie ends, and it's Nicki Minaj, her remix of the Barbie song.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, let's go to the party, Barbie.
Everybody just sat there,
Let's
though.
twerk.
Do you guys do that?
I do it for Marvel.
Yeah,
Marvel has
that's what
the
started.
ending scenes.
I think that's what did it. I think that's what started because everybody was like, oh, at the end of the Marvel movie, you see a tease for the next thing that's going to be going on.
Now they're adding 40 minutes of credits before you could see that ending thing.
You see everybody just sitting there.
They did that for the Matrix sequels too. I mean, it's not the newest thing in the world, but Marvel, I think, has made it worse. And it's now become the equivalent of a young concert-going me going we're gonna get that second encore,
one more song.
They've already done the one that's basically the required encore, but we're gonna get the very, very rare second encore. Never happens.
And you're sitting there, the lights turn on. You're like, no, it's still going to happen.
I've had one. Yeah,
It's still
They're
going
gonna
to
come
happen.
back.
They turn on Sublime CD to tell everybody to go home, and it's like, no, come on.
Well, $33.7 million more for the Barbie movie, including a couple of mine. And then there was Oppenheimer in number 2 once again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 3rd place, Meg 2 in 4th. And then there was a new movie, the only new movie this weekend, The Last Voyage of Demeter, flopped. $6.5 million in 5th place.
The what?
The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is a vampire.
Sounds like a party.
It's like a vampire movie where they reinvent what Dracula is supposed to be about.
Cool.
And nobody wanted it. Nobody was interested in going to see that. Maybe you did. If you liked it or didn't, let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Meanwhile, we're seeing more and more of what happened in Maui in Hawaii with this fire that was just unbelievably bad. I have seen videos of people just trapped. I don't even know how the videos got out. They'd be in the middle of the city and there's fire all around them.
I've seen videos with bodies on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible footage of people just jumping into the water to get away from it.
Yeah, that was wild. I saw that as well. And there was a lot of very, very insane photos and videos of the destruction that happened when this entire city burned down, save for one house, really.
Oh, gosh.
One guy, I guess.
Do you feel bad if you're that guy?
I don't know, but if you see the shot, there's one house where it's untouched.
How?
And all the rest of the houses are burned down. And he said right before the fire got to where he was, he took the hose out and wet down his whole house.
And that's what stopped?
Yeah, and wet down the property around the house. And they said that somehow his house
wild.
is just standing there in the middle of all of this.
Pretty wet, though.
Everything burned around.
His water bill's going to be nuts.
And there's a lot of people starting to get angry about this, and I think they have some right to.
because they're saying they were begging the power company to shut off power to the area as the wildfire was spiraling out of control, and they didn't. And if you say, well, what's the big deal? Well, once stuff starts burning, there's live wires all over the place, and people get trapped in different areas. And this was happening to these folks out there. And it was just an absolute disaster of a situation. Here's one of the people.
Do you guys, right before we take a look at this, do you guys have any Facebook social media friends that are all of a sudden super Hawaiian?
Oh, no. Yeah. Is that happening now, too?
I remember when I went one time 7 years ago.
There's a photo of me in Hawaii.
Lahaina forever.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens anytime like this goes down. But this is a woman who actually was a resident of the area, and she lost her family home in this Lahaina place where everything burned down.
It still feels so surreal. Like, is it real? Like, am I dreaming? Like, is this really happening? Is everything really gone? Right now, it's really just about survival mode. So my parents lost their home.
Damn.
During the wildfire in Lahaina. This was a home that my grandparents built with their bare hands, and it was supposed to be passed on to every generation.
Jesus, when you see this kind of stuff,
Wait,
it's like...
did she just like slide in like, I was supposed to get that house?
Yeah, that was up next on the docket there. But when you look at this, you go, I know you could just say it's stuff. There's people who died, 93 people in counting. But you just say, that's just stuff. It's just stuff. But these are people who had lived in these homes for a very long time, some of them. And now you don't just have to rebuild like a couple of houses after a hurricane. You have to rebuild everything. All the stuff, the restaurants, all the places that were there, all of it is all gone. And it is the worst wildfire in terms of lives lost in the last century, they say. That's so, thoughts with all the folks out there trying to put the pieces back together.
Did you see one of the things that the New York Times is sort of blaming for or allowing the fire to like continue?
No, what are they saying?
And be so well fed was invasive plant species.
Oh, really?
It says a sweeping series of plantation closures in Hawaii allowed highly flammable non-native grasses to spread on idled lands and just fueled the
How
huge
did it even
blazes.
get there?
Like
people are growing it to sell it, or it just happened to...
Maybe it's been there for a little while, but because they weren't keeping control of it, like Sealand said, it just grew out of control, and then it was just fuel for this damn fire. All right, we'll take your thoughts on that, too. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record that dispatch now. Plus, when we come back, it's the final stage, I believe, in the story of the woman on the plane who said, "You're not real. That guy back there is not real."
Oh, no, we can milk a couple more stages out of this.
Well, we got this at least because she's recorded a video telling her side of the story, explaining things at least as much as she wanted to. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean...
why would you encourage that?
Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
If I-4 is part of your commute this morning, you can expect delays eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading northbound at Central Florida Parkway. You can expect delays due to an accident on Lee Road at Wymore Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. It's a lesson in back-to-school savings. America's Best offers a comprehensive eye exam and 2 pairs of glasses from just $79.95. Don't wait. Book an exam today at americasbest.com. In certain states, eye exams provided by independent practices. See store for details.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows that opening a small business is a great achievement. Thanks to all the owners for all they do to keep our communities vibrant and strong. Learn more about the Hartford Small Business Insurance and why over 1 million small business owners trust them. Visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all. And you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Find high-quality health care in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov.
Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely, live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Did you know that the air inside your home could be making your family sick? Don't guess it, test it. Visit airqualityassessors.com and schedule an air quality assessment. Or call 844-CALL-AQA. That's 844-CALL-AQA. Don't guess it, test it.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password,
for you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Tele Tires and Auto Centers. Because Tele Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
A small roof leak can lead to a big problem if not repaired. Call the professionals at Skylight Roofing for all your roofing needs. 407-430-ROOF. Get your free roof inspection, skylightroofing.com. Roof with us.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
on this lovely Monday. Join the show. Send us what we call a dispatch. Don't worry about hanging out on the phones. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on that dispatch, and bam, you'll be on the show right next to us. We had an email come in. Somebody sent us something here. Let me see. Yeah, this is from somebody who I guess was also in Atlanta this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah.
And got some audio of Sabrina at the Beyonce concert, best I can tell. Let's see what we got here. See.
On a single leg, on a single day, on a single leg.
This is essentially you.
This is sitting next to Sabrina at the concert.
You got it. How was it?
Oh, my God. It was absolutely and utterly incredible.
Was the whole place filled up?
The entire stadium. And mind you, she's playing another show tonight.
Oh,
she added a third date, but it was so good.
Oh, yeah?
I don't even have the words yet. And I'm grateful that I get to go see it again so I could really take it in.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Like, I have to sit down my friends that I'm going with and explain, like, there are parts that you're just going to drool on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it was visually the coolest stage I've ever seen in my life. Like, the way that she had it set up, it was all LED screens across.
Yeah.
So it's like she was singing right to you despite being like a little ant in the middle there.
You can't not do that anymore. If you're going to do a big show now, it has to be so over the top because people's expectations are so high.
I said before, one of the things that Taylor Swift I noticed was really good at, and I'm guessing that this is kind of the same thing you experienced with Beyonce. Taylor Swift is really good during her shows at singing to the camera, not necessarily looking at the crowd. She's singing to the camera so that when the crowd sees it, it's like eye contact.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you watching these, because she had like her main stage and then this giant circle that had stairs and everything. And you have two camera guys who never turned around. They had memorized the stage so perfectly that they, at any moment, could fall off of it.
Oh, really?
And then perfectly synchronized with all the dancers and everything. So, I mean, the concert was amazing. And my trip altogether was also amazing and interesting.
Well, was it worth it? That's the question.
1,000% worth it. So I had left Friday morning. I woke up at like 5:30 to finish up, like getting ready. Had to get to the airport 7:30. And I wake up to a text from the person I'm traveling with saying, unfortunately, my close family member just passed away unexpectedly. I'm not going to be able to go. So I thought for about...
You thought you were going by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I thought I was going by myself, and I'm walking Carl just like F-bombing at 6 o'clock in the morning around the neighborhood. Like,
you spent so much money, you can't not go.
And I'm like, what am I going to do in Atlanta by myself for the next 48 hours?
Oh, no.
So I was meeting up with other people, so I knew that was going to happen, and there I was on a flight to Atlanta just like, okay, I'm going to go to this hotel, which, by the way, looks like out of Silo. It's the biggest hotel in Atlanta, the Marriott Marquis, and you look up and it's just spiral.
With all the hotel rooms like pointing into the lobby? Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening here? And my friend Nicole was able to like come last minute. And so we were, going together. And then I meet up with another guy, Ricky, who knows a lot of DJs in Atlanta. And at night we ended up at... the littest party I've ever been to in my life.
The littest party.
The littest.
So lit that we stuck out like a sore thumb.
Oh,
like,
were you guys older than everybody?
Oh, no, I was whiter than everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like a glow stick walking through there, but very welcoming folk in Atlanta. And we go to the concert Sunday, some exploring, and we find this bar, and it's called Red Phone Booth. And what you have to do, the locals were telling us, they handed us a piece of paper with a number, and you dial the number, and all of a sudden get led into this speakeasy.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. It's like a speakeasy situation with a password.
Yep, and there I was 20 minutes later, not able to get into the bar, and people were surrounding us like, what is this stupid girl doing? Finally, they opened the door like, we've been watching you from outside. Just come in. It's fine.
They had to drop the gimmick.
Yeah, like, all right.
Get in here.
Do you guys not know how to read? And so we're there. It's really cool, having some drinks.
Turns out she was supposed to spell Hotlanta with the keys of the phone.
I am consuming what is the best lobster ravioli I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, nice.
And then I look at my phone and I see, oh my God, My flight is boarding right now. I missed my flight.
Oh, boy.
Missed my flight. Get on the phone with customer service. They can't find me a new flight. I have to buy a brand new ticket.
You had to buy a whole new ticket?
Because I was using a
So
companion
this got even
pass
more
with somebody
expensive
else.
for you then.
Dude. Yeah. So I'll get to the airport, and then the flight is delayed an hour. I got home at 3:30 this morning.
Oh, my God.
I am a zombie girl.
How much was that last-minute flight?
Yeah, just a little something, $300.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. But
Yeah.
still,
Terrible.
$300 you weren't planning on spending, though.
Turbulent City. It was.
Hope that lobster ravioli was worth it.
Yeah, I threw it up this morning.
Oh, man.
While brushing my teeth. But absolutely wonderful. Atlanta, you did us good.
Yeah, I mean,
Baylanta.
Now you got another round of this.
That's right.
In Tampa, I guess this week. It's amazing that they take all that stuff and they move it all the way, to another state.
And it's
for
a
God's
lot of
sake.
stuff, too.
And then they set everything back up again and
A lot
do
of
more
those
shows.
A lot of those tours will have like 2 mostly full setups.
Oh, you think so?
And
Really?
they'll bounce, they'll skip dates, or they'll skip states, and then there'll be the A crew and the B crew,
Wow.
and then there's the crew that's always there, like Beyonce.
And she apparently has like 200 people on staff.
Jesus. It's a whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
those productions are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more expensive to watch, certainly. All right, there is another video, this time actually of that woman who freaked out on the plane.
Oh, I did the same thing on my plane.
And so you'd be in the news
I'm
too.
telling you guys, these are
He's
not
not
real.
This woman who said that the guy was not real on the plane recorded a video, started a Twitter account and whatnot, and wanted to address all the stuff that was happening with her. The first thing I noticed is she looks totally different to me. She looks like a different person.
She's not screaming crazy things?
Yeah, I mean, maybe she was like more disheveled then or something, and she got ready for this, to film this, because she knew a lot of people were going to watch this. But here she is addressing the whole freak out on the airplane.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the crazy plane lady.
Yep, that's
which
true.
is completely warranted. As you know, I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time. First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable.
Really?
Interesting.
Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and
hallucination.
That was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary, and I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard.
All right, so she's apologizing. She's like, sorry for all this stuff. But the real juicy thing I want is like, why were you screaming that a guy was not real?
Exactly. And I watched a couple of these clips, and I don't know if she ever gets to it.
Mhm.
It's very, or, maybe at the end she does, but it's a completely different end of the spectrum with that viral clip of
Yeah.
hers. Like, she's
She doesn't seem
apologizing.
crazy here.
I appreciate, I guess, the accountability, and I'm sure some people with kids do, but people like us, we want to know what drugs you were on.
Yeah, what were you doing, or what were you talking about?
What was it that fueled the level that you got to?
Yeah, that doesn't happen without some help.
Do you want to apologize to the person and tell them that he is in fact real?
I'm sorry
Could you imagine in the same tone, she's like, and I just do want to say that was a lizard person, and I can recognize them when I see them
I
on the
would
street.
love that.
That was
Thank you.
That was a lizard person, and I still want my GD AirPods.
That would be great, but let's see what she says.
Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments.
breath.
Some far worse than others.
People are saying her hair is darker. Yeah, I think she might have dyed her hair. Ziva's Biker says her hair is much darker. I wouldn't even have known it was the same woman.
No.
She definitely looks different, but this is her. This is the person that they traced it back to, I guess.
And mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times.
Uh-oh. She's going to cry.
Sound like Minnie Mouse.
She said, I'm trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse.
Oh, boy.
I don't hear that in her voice.
He's not
but
real.
That's her concern.
Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes.
Oh, I'll bet you have. I'm sure 100% you love each and every one of those
They're
memes.
so funny.
I wonder if her friends started sending that stuff to her, or if they...
Is this you, girl?
Look at this. You're memed. Check this out.
On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind.
I'm confused.
And I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family.
Tell us about the
They are loyal
alien.
to a fault, and I don't know what I did to deserve them. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay,
I
you
hope
got
that I can
this.
use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world, and that is what I intend to do.
Please tell me she's going to be a
hope that you
motivational
guys
speaker.
can accept-
I don't know if that's
As
going to work.
crazy plain lady.
This is one of those moments where she'd have to start her story with one of the record scratch thing. You know, I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
Sure about that? She explains what happens afterwards. So
if I
she's
was her
sorry.
friend, I would try to find a way. I mean, until she unfriended me,
Mm-hmm.
I would try to find a way to work the phrase "not effing real" into conversations all the time.
Well, there she is. She says she's sorry. Now she's like launching some new marketing company.
You're kidding me.
And she's out there trying to get some.
Well, she
new
already had a
attention.
marketing company, I thought, right? Or-
Right, look, you might as well make the most of it.
Yeah.
If you're in the middle of one of these viral moments, I don't blame you if you're like, hey, everybody wants to talk about me. Let's do this. Here's my business. Here's my company. Invest in me, or whatever you want to do to get some attention. I won't care. This lady gave us some entertainment for a couple of days. Nothing wrong with that.
She should cash in, get like a minor endorsement somewhere, like guys, I know that the deals at Dale's Used Car Mart sound like they're not effing real, but they are.
Are you a lizard person looking for home insurance?
I think this could work. I think this might work if somebody tried it out. Let's go over to you. Let's work in a dispatch or two real quick and see what's on your mind. You can join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to do that. Here's D-Dub-D with a dispatch.
Happy Monday, junkies. Good to hear you back.
Hey.
Cats. Sean, that whole reason with your car episode is because you are a homebody and you never get out. So when you do go out, you want it to be an adventure. It's like an adrenaline rush. You got to stress about the gas. You got to stress about the tires. So it makes it exciting. So when you get back home, you just get in your comfort spot and then you don't leave again. That's my opinion on it. But anyways, hope y'all had a great weekend.
No.
It's going to be an awesome week. Love y'all. Have a great day.
Thank you, DWD. But let me smash this meta-narrative that I'm a homebody, that I don't leave my house because this has been built up by a bunch of people.
Sean saw the Barbie movie this weekend. Lay off.
I do all kinds of things. We
They
went
went to the
eat.
cemetery?
We go. That's a thing. We're going out. We do all kinds of stuff. This weekend we had a packed weekend with all sorts of stuff that we were doing, and it was a great time. We really enjoyed ourselves. I don't lock myself in my house all the time. I'm not like Howard Hughes in it over here, peeing in bottles or whatever you think.
Ew.
I'm getting out in the world and I'm having a great time. All right, so let me do that. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna hear from more of you in a moment. You're sending your dispatches in right now. Do you believe the lady with her apology that she's sorry? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com for that. And when we return, there's a story that was out this weekend that was super surprising to me about like all of these huge names in the world of music. And we got to go over this to see what everybody thinks about it. This is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again, what's that? Nobody's quit Facebook? Facebook.com/RealRadioOrlando. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Hot highs forecast to reach 96 degrees in Orlando today. Feels like temperatures well into the triple digits with another heat advisory in effect until 7 p.m. Make sure that you take breaks inside the AC and drink plenty of water. Rain chances at 40% coverage, mainly after 2 o'clock, but rain will slowly be on the rise through the remainder of the week. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Off.
This is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Prevention is the best protection. Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
It's that time of year again where I tidy up my phone, but saying goodbye to the unused apps of life's past definitely worked up my appetite. That's why I couldn't possibly let go of the McDonald's app. With McDelivery, I can get a 40-piece chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries bundle delivered. And 50 cents goes to local Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters. With all the time I'm saving, maybe I'll tidy up the house next. Ooh, sounds to me like it's chicken McNuggets time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants. Delivery and other fees may apply.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cooked-to-order Butterburger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixin you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Welcome to the Unlit Life. It's this place where you feel free, like enjoying a low-key get-together with friends instead of a wild night on the town style of free. When you can enjoy a moment with Blue Vapor just because. You know, the everyday doesn't have to feel so everyday. With Blue e-cigs, you can get stuff done and still have fun. And when we let ourselves get unlit, we start really living. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Molding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Carsforkids.org. Right off the car, not the kid.
Donate
Donate your old vehicle in any condition to carsforkids.org to make a difference in the lives of kids. Towing is free. Carsforkids.org. Right off the car, not the kid.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
C-Lane had a full-on man weekend. Construction mode engaged.
That's right.
He's hammering, he's sanding, he's doing all the things.
Table sawing.
Table sawing.
Lots of table sawing.
Did you wear goggles?
No.
No, dangerous equipment, no safety protocols whatsoever.
There's plenty of safety protocols.
It's not like there's a baby on the way or anything here. It's just a caution to the wind.
Why is Daddy blind?
He's trying to make.
Sawing.
You were making the baby's room this weekend, right?
Yeah. We did up the nursery.
You did up the nursery, painted everything. You put like you did like actual construction stuff.
Yeah. And we did for the accent wall
Mm-hmm.
that
what
goes
color?
behind the crib. It was like a dark olive green.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks really good. And now that makes things really real.
Hanging up the tiny little baby clothes in the closet there.
Stop it. Did you have a moment?
Have you cried about this yet?
No, I haven't.
No? And I don't mean cry in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like cry like, oh boy.
Yeah. No.
Or like
that
really
sounds like a bad
No, I said that. I mean, like, cried like in a, I can't believe this is really happening. You know, I'm excited for what's going down here.
Here, I'll show you, Sabrina.
What about, have you had a freak out yet? And which, like, look yourself
No, I
in the
let
mirror
my
like,
wife do those.
I'm going to be a dad. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, it's got to be so real when you're in that room and there's a little crib there and you got tiny little hangers with tiny little clothes
And
on
little
it.
shoes and socks.
Little shoes the size
We don't have
of,
any
like,
little
almonds.
shoes yet.
You got all of this stuff ready because that room is now going to be dedicated to the baby, and it just seems like it would make it so real. And it looked fantastic. You did a good job.
The room used to be Ashley's dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she had an entire room just for getting ready and vanity and stuff. That has moved up to the loft, and getting all of her crap up there. That was a process.
That is going to be an inconvenient dressing room. You got to go up the spiral staircase every time.
Man, that is the hottest area of the house.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. I mean, you guys used to joke you never invite us up to the loft. We never get to see your loft. I'm like,
I've been up there once.
It's steaming hot up there.
Yeah. When I did finally go up to C-Lane's loft after years and years, it was worth it. It was worth
Was
the wait.
it?
Yeah.
It was, I feel like it was very underwhelming.
It was cool to look down on people, you know. I would pull up
I'm
these
the king
photos,
of the world.
but they didn't send through to my
They didn't have
messages.
it? Yeah.
No, I don't know why.
It looks wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, it came out great.
Wait, so did you make these little art pieces?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah, the
Christopher.
design on the wall and stuff they did.
Me and my father-in-law got a bunch of wood and then cut it into different shapes and stuff.
And that tree in the corner?
That's something Ashley ordered.
Got it.
It all looks great, and now you just got to drop a baby in there.
Yeah,
and
the baby
you're
can
all
climb
good to
the
go.
I probably
when he's
will
old
drop
enough.
the baby in there at some point. You know.
Everything looks great, and you're all ready. I mean, now what is it? You got August, September, 3 months left or so?
Oh, my God.
3 months left. Is there anything else you have to do to prepare, or no?
A lot of panicking.
Are
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
going to take one of those classes like I see on TV shows? Where,
Lamaze?
I don't know. We've talked about should we do it? Should we do it and meet other new parents there?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have plenty of parents friends,
right?
You know,
Are you have you done your birth plan day of? What music is
baby.
she listening to?
No.
Are
You
you
gotta get a
cutting the
bag.
cord?
Probably I'll cut the cord.
Cool.
Don't screw it up.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine?
Give the kid a weird belly button.
What if
think,
you get the
do.
scissors, like the arts and crafts ones, have a design on it? That'd be fun.
You got to make sure you do a good job at all of this stuff, obviously. But here's what I'll tell you. This is my theory, and I don't have too many facts to back this up. So maybe some recent parents can chime in with a dispatch to tell me if this is true. My theory is if you go to one of those classes, they're like, all right, well, first we're going to talk about breathing. Now we're going to talk about this. Now we're going to talk about that, what to expect. Here's how you hold the baby, blah, blah, blah. They're going to tell you all these things. And I feel like the moment a water breaks and you're about to have a baby, all out the window.
Oh, yeah.
All gone. You forgot everything you were trained. It's like all the fire drills that they would do if you work in a building somewhere. If an actual fire breaks out, it's pandemonium.
You're Michael Scotting.
You're just
I
running.
forgot everything.
You don't remember anything that you were told to do, and it all goes right out the window. So I think that might be the case. But those of you who've been through this, tell us whether it's good or not. But Sour Patch Pete on Twitch says, my wife and I had to do it virtually. We watched YouTube, I think. So they got like YouTube videos where you can watch, like, you know, what to do the day of, how to
home Lamaze class.
And then are you going
to... Do they have ads?
I would probably skip them.
Are you going to be there the entire time? Are you going to, are you going to leave the room?
No,
you're going to stay there, right there for everything going down?
You want me to come by and sneak you some booze?
You won't have to.
He's going to have all of his travel bottles with him. Because I watched this video this weekend. Obviously, you guys know the YouTuber PewDiePie, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife just had a baby. They live in Tokyo now. And it was so irritating watching this. And I can't imagine how you would have felt about this, Elaine. But so his wife is like right up to the moment where she's going to go to the hospital. And in Japan, they in a place that is far, far away, and most people call it Japan. There is still rules. I think it's like COVID-related rules or something. But he could not go into the hospital with his wife. He had to like talk to her on the phone and stuff. And then they found the exact window where she was going to give birth, and, by the contractions and stuff, he was able to go for 2 hours, and the baby was born, and then he had to leave immediately again and wait 3 days until she was able to leave the hospital.
Are there any hospitals here that do that?
You have perfect excuse. You're sitting at home watching TV shows.
Like, sorry, Mr. Lane, your 2 hours are up. And I was like, all right. Take me to Wally's.
Your wife's on the phone. She's like, the baby's crying. I'm hurting over here. And you're like, yeah, my Moscow Mule isn't that great either. We all have our problems here. We've all got things we're dealing with. Before we get to your dispatches, there's a story this weekend from Insider that I thought was pretty crazy. You guys remember when, speaking of the COVID stuff, when there was a movement at one time to help out people who were in live music. And I think it was called the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. There were some other names for the different programs that they were doing. And it was for people who would operate equipment during a show, who would be like lighting, everybody who's part of like live touring. It's a huge industry. Sabrina was just talking with the Beyonce thing. Like, all of those people were stopped in their tracks. That wasn't going to be happening. So the federal government got together, and in 2021, Congress started a program to give grants to arts organizations affected by things. And there was a big asset management firm. This is like a group that's responsible for some of the biggest artists out there, biggest names you've ever heard of.
All right.
They saw this and took the opportunity to get money out of it. And they talk about how Post Malone got, I'm trying to see the amount of money. Hang on, I got to bring this story up here because it's not in the printed out version.
Do you think any of this money went to the folks that put on that really highly reviewed All-American Rejects concert that happened over the weekend?
Tell me more.
Oh, God. Disaster.
There was so many people, Sabrina, on Facebook saying, I want my money back. This is the worst sounding concert I've ever been to in my life.
One of the bands I don't even think was able to play or barely tried to play.
It was the All-American Rejects, I believe. And then the bands before them, you couldn't hear most of them.
And one of them was like, this is going to make me sound really out of touch. The Get Up Kids or the Startup Boys or something like that.
Get Up Kids is from the emo days, though, I thought.
It's like a emo type tour that's going around.
They're now called Having a Hard Time Get Up.
Well, they talk about they talk about what these folks
Try it again.
They're called Having a Hard Time Get Up Kids.
From the Shuttered Venue program.
Forget it.
They said Chris Brown, we know him, the R&B artist Chris Brown, he got $10 million from the federal government.
Oh, okay.
While everybody else was struggling out there. Rapper Lil Wayne got $8.9 million.
Why?
The Smashing Pumpkins got $8.6 million. Nickelback got $2 million because you know those guys in Nickelback were struggling.
Canada.
They're also a Canadian band. You're right. They're taking our U.S.
hell is
dollar.
going on?
That's why they got less. The exchange rate really helped them out.
You can look at this right here in front of me for those of you who are watching on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie. And it shows all these artists. Korn got $5.3 million from the federal government. Steve Aoki, the DJ who like throws cakes at the audience, got $9.9 million. Slipknot got $9.7 million. Melissa Etheridge got $3.9 million. All of these people got an insane amount of money when the pandemic
Usher
was going on.
what did Usher get? 3.1?
$3.1 million.
They'll pay for some Valtrex.
Yeah, for Usher. A Vampire Weekend, $8.3 million. These bands that are full of rich people got millions and millions and millions of dollars from the federal government.
I want to see, like, of course, how much did they... Like, did it go to them, or how much did their staff end up making?
Well, it says publicly the bill that created the Shuttered Venues grant was marketed as supporting behind-the-scenes workers at indie venues and small stages, not arena-filling musicians. Senator Chuck Schumer, one of the lawmakers who sponsored what was then known as the Save Our Stages bill, told his constituents the money would be used for independent live venue operators, independent movie theaters, and cultural institutions such as live performing arts organizations and museums. However, it didn't seem to go that way. Hundreds of musicians and other performing artists signed an open letter to Congress asking them to support neighborhood independent venues. But there was no control on this stuff. And so all these people got tons of money, people who are incredibly rich. And one of them, DJ Kid Millionaire, right? I don't even know him. He told the government that...
Well, he's pretty wealthy. I don't know if you heard, but he is a kid millionaire.
They had just 4 full-time employees.
He's got two things you don't, youth and wealth.
They got $71,000 in a PPP loan. And they don't know where any of this money actually went. But you have these mega artists that didn't need this money.
And then scroll back up to where it had the bubbles of all the artists, because underneath the Vampire Weekend getting $8.3 million... what does it say? Their manager
also received a grant for $3 million.
Oh.
So all these people were just scooping up money. That seems like really fraudulent to me. That money, if everybody was being honest, was for small venues, as they said. It was for people who were like lighting people and people who are sound engineers. Stagehands, all the people who put together the shows, not the famous people who are already rich and counting how many houses they have.
This money was for Hollywood Brad, not for Jennifer Aniston.
Exactly. And somehow it ended up going to the Jennifer Anistons of the music world. And everybody got a little bit richer. Common, the rapper, got $2.8 million, and it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Common, the rapper / star of Silo?
That's true. He's good in that, too. It says Eighth Day, that's one of the management companies, said there was no insight as to how they used the grant money, but he was surprised when an insider reported the names of the artists, blah, blah, blah. Other stars like Bonnie Raitt and Justin Bieber paid their production crews from their own pockets when the pandemic canceled their concerts.
Billy Joel did that too.
There were few limits on how the money could be spent. The grants couldn't be used directly for some things like buying real estate or making political donations, but they could be used to pay owner compensation. In other words, Post Malone or other members of the Nickelback band could have used the grant money to pay themselves directly without violating the program's rules. So Post Malone gets $12 million because of the pandemic or whatever, and he totally could. They don't know exactly how much all these artists kept, but he could have just said, all right, I'm going to pay myself $10 million because I'm going through some troubled times here. And it would be very, very interesting to see how much these artists actually took. That's money they should claw back, and it's really ridiculous. Zephas Biker says, I hope the money Sean's talking about went to the crew workers, not the band members themselves. I hope so, too, but I'm seriously doubtful that it did in all of these cases. We'll look further into that and keep an eye on it because that's something that should not be swept under the rug. When we come back, we're going to hear from you, plus Oliver Anthony is everywhere. And it's the weirdest story.
So funny that you just mentioned that because I had been...
had you seen this guy a lot this weekend?
No, I was scrolling through Heavy.com's 5 Fast Facts about Tiffany Gomez,
You're not real.
effing real crazy plane lady. And then they said, Oliver Anthony, Farmville singer, 5 Fast Facts you didn't know. And in my head, I went, the very first fact for Sean should have been that he curses a lot.
Yeah, we played the song on Friday on the show. A lot of curse words in
But you said
song.
Farmville?
No, not from Farmville the Game.
Not the game.
I was like, I didn't even know they had music.
No. You see, Farmville the game is named after actual land where people harvest crops.
I only know it through
raise
Facebook.
cattle.
This is the guy who lives off the grid, yet went viral with his song.
You got a real good voice.
I told you on Friday this was going to happen, and it's everywhere. And there's some interesting things happening with this. We'll get to that next. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound before Holden Avenue. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Oak Ridge Road at Texas Avenue. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect delays eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. Look sharp, shop smart, and take care of your eyes. Visit America's Best for a professional comprehensive eye exam, plus 2 pairs of glasses starting at just $79.95. Shop online or book an exam at americasbest.com. That's americasbest.com.
Get ready to win your way into our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. This is your chance to see Foo Fighters, Sheryl Crow, Lenny Kravitz, Public Enemy, and so much more. Listen for the keywords at 9 a.m., 1 and 5 p.m. each weekday for your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for 2 to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. This contest brought to you by Jersey Mike's. At Jersey Mike's, they offer freshness you can taste and see, from store-baked breads to slicing meat and cheeses right in front of you. Visit your favorite Jersey Mike's subs location today or order on the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Car market slipped quite a bit. I think it's leveling off now. My name's John Clay Wolf, owner of GiveMeTheVin.com, and I'd like to buy your car. Look at our reviews. Better Business Bureau, 4 stars. You can trust us. You can trust our money. Go to Give Me the VIN. We'll buy your car. We pay fast. Checks on Bank of America. You can drop it off at one of our locations, or we'll come pick it up. Bada bing, bada boom. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
We're more than truck drivers. We're road pros.
Yep. Want to know the best way to get somewhere? Ask a truck driver. We know where the pavement is smooth and the stop signs are few and far between.
We also know where the best donuts are and where to find the fuel that helps keep our engines cleaner.
Using Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps us get better mileage.
They provide quick ways to pay so you can get back on the road. They're dependable like that.
Pros like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out, and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
The first time I took prescription opioids, I never imagined it would last 20 years. I felt alone, afraid, and lost everything. Until I learned there's help for substance use, and I'm worthy of it. Our community cares. We want you here tomorrow. There is hope. Visit pathforhope.com for more information.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Dispatches are all lined up and ready to go. Man, this guy exploded this weekend. And it's so crazy to me when you think about some of the things that are going on here with the Oliver Anthony guy. And if you haven't heard that name yet, you probably will at some point because it's absolutely everywhere on all social media platforms.
Instagram, Twitter,
oh, my God. Listen to his voice. And I told Courtney last night, I said, one of the things I think plays into this here is this weird thing we do with expectations versus delivery. And I'll give you an example. All right, remember when on Britain's Got Talent that Susan Boyle lady came out on the stage? And everybody's looking at this like frumpy old lady and they're like, what's she going to do?
They were really mean too. Like,
yeah.
Once she sang, the headlines were like, look at this ugly person, like sing
with
so
the voice of an angel. Yeah, there was so many people.
Lady.
But people do this thing where you look at somebody, whatever your expectation is, if it's beaten by the performance that you hear, you're like, oh, my God. And then you want to share it with people. And I think some of that is what's happening with this Oliver Anthony guy.
I mean, it was sort of like the same thing that happened with that homeless guy that had, like, the golden voice.
Yeah.
The man with the golden voice.
Right. Yeah, the hobo who was, like, used to be a radio guy. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, let's get him back on Ellen and let's, get some money for him. And then I think his life fell apart again, or I forgot how that whole thing went, but it was a whole saga. And I brought up to Courtney when we were talking about this last night. Another example is there was this homeless dude in New York City who somebody videotaped him singing Creep by Radiohead. And again, you look at him, you see a homeless guy with some battered guitar, and then the song was beautiful. Like, he absolutely had a beautiful voice. I think that's happening with this guy. I'm not saying the guy's ugly or whatever. I'm saying he's presented himself as some dude who lives off the grid. And the song is like anti-establishment, like the people in Washington are letting us down and they're taxing us too much on, people are getting fat, and there's all kinds of stuff in this song. I can't play like a minute or two. Or no, I can't play a minute. I can play like just a little bit.
God!
Come on, man.
He got me 2 times.
At least let me look up the lyrics.
I forgot that it was that soon in. I don't even know if I heard any of that. Okay. All right.
No.
He's gonna curse again.
No, stop. Stop.
I'm stopping it before the part where he can't say it. He's got a beautiful voice, right? And this dude explodes with his song Richmond North of Richmond, as in rich men north of Richmond, Virginia. He's talking about Washington, D.C., obviously. And the interesting thing to me is, this is very 2023. A guy who's living off the grid, let's put that in quotes. He's living off the grid, puts out a song, it goes viral immediately, and then he sees this and his eyes open. Even though he's off the grid, he goes over to his computer and uploads the track to iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the platforms.
Did he borrow somebody else's grid?
I don't know if he did or not, but, he did that very fast.
Yeah, and he's also using a very, very expensive microphone.
He's got this great
setup, footage,
but he's outside, so people are like, he's off the grid. He's outside recording
and
stuff.
And he has a big beard. He doesn't shave.
Right, and it's very well trimmed beard, though, for an off-the-grid guy. I mean, I got some flags that are raising up here on this.
a lot.
And when I saw this explode, the guy, he goes over to iTunes and all those platforms and uploads it. It's the number one. Actually, right now, this second, it's the number 2 song on iTunes behind a Gunna song. And that means he's making a ton of money off this already.
Or at least he's gonna.
And then he said, I'm doing a show this weekend. And he threw some show together. And there was all these people who had never heard of him before this weekend. They show up to his concert. Oliver Anthony gets out there. He plays this song. Everybody in the crowd already knows every word to the song. And you just go, what the hell? This is so bizarre that all of this works this way.
How long until he is milkshake ducked?
That's what I talked to Courtney about last night, too. I said, because there
has to be something.
Yeah, because of the way this stuff goes, what are we going to go? 2 weeks before they say, Oliver Anthony, old Facebook posts reveal he, and whatever, fill in the blank thing that they want to get him for. Because we love, as Americans, this is a very American thing. This does not happen in a lot of other countries. We love to take somebody, we love to put them on a pedestal and make them go from nobody to super mega massive famous, just astronomically famous, and then just as quickly smash them back down into the ground and teach them the lesson. We love to do that. I don't know if that's going to happen with this guy, but it does happen with a lot of these things. His video has 9.1 million views. Nobody knew who this guy was before a couple of days ago. And if you see the redheaded guy singing in the woods on your stream, that's who this guy is. And I'll be honest, the song's good. I think the song's good. I just think it says something about our culture right now. If an off-the-grid guy can do this and go viral and say, follow me on my Twitter account and my Facebook account, it's like, off the grid to me is a different thing. Off the grid is part of a lifestyle, basically. And the off the grid people that I've heard of aren't posting on their social media accounts and going viral with their songs. And this guy apparently is, but
somebody claims, Eric on the chat says, when you go to his actual channel, he uses an old iPhone to record. The good video is done by like people who knew what they're doing.
Oh, really? Like the higher quality video?
Yeah.
You want to play this again?
No.
You don't hear a song?
Look at them tees.
There's a couple of curse words in this one. If you want to check it out, look up Oliver Anthony Richmond, north of Richmond, as in Virginia, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But he exploded. What are the 5 fast facts about him, Seelan? You saw that was on there. Well, what are the things we must know about Oliver Anthony, man who lives in woods with guitar?
He says music gave him a purpose, revealed that Richmond, north of Richmond, was the first song he recorded with a real microphone and real camera. It's going to be the rest of them was just his cell phone, like the person on Eric was saying on the YouTube chat. Number 2. once worked third shift in a factory.
What? Oh, my goodness.
A humble man.
That's where he gets all those working man lyrics from. Oliver Anthony, who is a father, describes his politics as pretty center down the aisle.
Hey, we know someone like that.
Yeah, pretty center down the aisle.
He lives in a place called Farmville, Virginia, with 3 dogs.
I love that game.
On a plot of land he wants to turn into a farm.
All right. So it's not a farm yet.
But
It's an
hasn't done so
aspiring
yet.
farm.
It's an aspiring farm, but I mean, it looks like he's about to get some money. You know,
Yo, he's making money right now, no doubt about it.
And then People wrote, "Your song is something special to me, and keep lifting people up, brother." That's not.
That's a fast fact?
Ran out of some facts, huh?
They wrote it too fast, I think.
They don't know enough about this guy yet. Also, over on YouTube, Steven says, did everyone leave after he played his hit? If he played that one song, everybody's singing along. He's like, I got another one for you here. And he starts strumming.
Here's the remix.
Nobody knows that song. Eric said, still a good song, though. Selling out, it's okay. I don't care if he sells out. I don't care if anybody does that. And somebody said you should do a radio-friendly version. Trust me, I would be blown away if that wasn't being played on rock stations right now or by the end of the week and there wasn't some other version of this. I'm fine with somebody getting out there and monetizing it. I just think the idea that he's like an off-the-grid dude, yet went totally viral with the assistance of the internet and got his anti-establishment song out there through massive corporations that are the go-betweens between musicians and people. And I just find all of those little data points weird and strange. And it's just how it goes now, man. Things blow up so fast.
There's currently 0 Oliver Anthony songs in our automation system.
We don't have anything yet?
No, nothing yet.
Soon enough, though. It's only been a couple of days here.
A lot of censoring to do.
You got to let this wave ride a little bit, and then they'll start playing that out everywhere.
They got to get him into a studio, you know, get him close to a grid.
I don't know. That sounded like a pretty good quality recording, whatever he was doing. And it looked nice, and so I guess it all just worked out for him. Okay, we're going to go to you. We're going to see what you're doing with your dispatches today. We want to hear from you, so you do it too. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now, just like Flip. He's talking about Oliver Anthony.
Hey, guys, you're talking about Oliver Anthony. 2 weekends ago, he was playing this little farmer's market down in, I think it's like northern North Carolina. I just moved to Virginia from South Carolina. I'm still kind of unfamiliar with the area, but he was playing there, and he played again this past weekend there. And traffic was backed up both north and south. When we tried to get in the parking lot, we couldn't even pull in.
There was probably like 5 people there the week before. And he's playing the same song the same way. And it reminds me of, have you guys ever heard of the NPR show This American Life?
Oh, yeah.
They did a
During my
story.
hipster days, all day.
They had a TV show of that for a while, for some time, on HBO, I think, but I'm not positive. And they did this thing where there was a flash mob group. And you remember all those flash mob things? Everybody would dance like Michael Jackson's Thriller or whatever. And then they just fade into the crowd. And people be like, whoa, that was cool. Flash mob. And then it got kind of boring because people kept doing the same thing. One of the flash mob groups, that was one of the bigger ones, they decided to take a nobody band. And they had like 500 people that got together. And all of them learned every word to every song from this band. And then they showed up at the concert, and the band is like, whoa, what the hell? We got a packed crowd. This is wild. Didn't expect this. And then as the band is playing, everybody's singing the songs back to them. They know every single word. And then the song ends, and you're like, oh, that was so cool. And then I go, what about their next gig, though? You know, what about... What about the crash down to reality that they get afterwards?
Maybe they play no other gigs ever again.
So let's stop.
Right that high.
Was it. Let's go out on top right here. Anyways, back to Flip.
He was going around telling everybody, yeah, last weekend I was here playing in front of 20 people, and 19 of them were just here buying fruit. And, now it was just jam-packed. It's definitely going to change his life.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and he's fantastic. Luckily, I just moved here to Virginia, and I'll be able to kind of follow him around all his little local gigs he plays.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think those local gigs are going to get a little bigger after this. I think it's going to blow up a little bit more. Let's work in one more dispatch, and that's from Sweaty Armpit Guy.
Hey, Junkies. Hope everybody's having a good day. Oliver Anthony for President 2024. Hoorah!
Moving a little fast here with this guy. We don't know enough about him yet. Heavy doesn't even have 5 real fast facts. They phoned in the last 2 of them.
They do that a lot, though.
We got to learn more. Here's Frostbite.
Morning, you guys.
Hey.
Well, good afternoon at this point. I'm
afternoon.
off today, so I'm all thrown off. But I read an article yesterday that was really weird, and I was wondering if you guys had come across it. Excuse me. It's about Obama. So I guess in the 80s, he, while he was in college, he wrote a letter to one of his girlfriends or just one of his female friends, pretty much revealing that he had homosexual thoughts, and there was a lot of really weird jargon and vernacular in there, but I was very intrigued and kind of taken aback by that. And if you have a conspiratory mind as I do, which I'm not saying is true, but I'm not saying it's false either, but the chef that recently passed away at his house.
Oh, he didn't kill the chef, man. All right, he didn't kill the chef.
He's about to say it was his lover.
That is true. Not that part. The part about the letter is true. Somebody did surface this letter that he wrote to some girl he was seeing a long time ago, and Obama, when you look at his writing, he writes in all of it's just dripping with prose, right? He wrote like a very engaged political college student, right? Somebody who is into deep thinking, and he wrote that way. And he was writing to this girl, and he did write about having homosexual fantasies, loosely put. It's I think about it all the time, but I never do it. And yeah, whatever. He put that in some letter. After that, seems like he's into ladies now, Yeah. Seems like he's sticking on the lady train.
Sometimes it happens. Your mind wanders. College is a place for that, I can assume.
I think it was a deep thought and introspection kind of love letter thing that he was writing to this
I'd bang
woman.
a dude.
But
that's not an Obama accent.
Now it'll just turn into Obama's gay, and it'll be spread around.
Home Obama.
It's just all right there.
Obama.
There's a lot of options for this. That's not good for him. That is not good for him. Oh, we could do a couple more. We got some time. Let's do Guitar Slingers Dispatch.
You guys always get the produce sponsors and commodity sponsors. Well, now you got beef. I'm hearing commercials for beef.
Right. Beef sponsor.
And the one that gets me is baby's first steps, baby's first words, and baby's first bite of beef. The whole family needs to gather around for that. Ceiling, you might want to think about getting in on those commercials.
Oh, yeah, you should do that early. Let's get the baby all the steaks that it could want to eat as early as possible.
Cute. Well, you could put it in a blender and mix it with some milk.
Oh, you know what you could do?
Fine.
Have you ever seen the videos that they make? Courtney loves these videos where they have a hamster and they make a fancy little teeny tiny meal for the hamster. You could do a baby version of that.
That'd be fun.
I don't know if this is bad health-wise. That could be giving out very bad advice.
It might not be the greatest thing.
might be bad to start off that way. Maybe you do the baby food like everybody else. You should try those, by the way. A couple of them are solid. Couple of the baby food.
Try to taste it.
Yeah,
I like the it's like a spaghetti one back in the day.
Oh no, the ones that are
shot.
Fruits and vegetables and stuff are not as bad as you would think they would be.
And when's the last time you were able to? You just bought at the grocery store?
Oh, I don't do
or
it
you
now.
raided somebody's.
No, this
cabinet?
was when Dylan was a little kid, when he was a tiny baby.
What did Dylan eat since you ate all this food?
I shared it with him.
Oh,
It
nice.
was a little for you, a little for me, because I don't have any money right now. I was absolutely as poor could be when he was born, for sure. Sweatloaf says over on Discord, so happy I'm listening to the show without my headphones while the Walmart guy loads my order in the trunk. Oh,
What did we
Walmart
say?
guy is hearing all of this right now.
Walmart guy.
Hello, Walmart guy. Have a great day, sir. We're the news junkie. You can listen to the show, please. Meanwhile, we'll do one more. It's Jillian.
So pardon me for sounding like hell in a handbasket with this dispatch.
Uh-oh.
But I had to tell you about my weekend.
Tell us.
I had a great day on Friday.
Good.
Celebrating my 40th birthday early with some of my friends and family.
Happy birthday.
We went drinking around the world at Epcot.
Nice.
We ended up having multiple stops in a certain country and also eating dinner there. And it just so happened it was Japan. And let me tell you, every time one of my friends said Japan, I literally would go, Japan!
I'm always
and just
ready with it.
scream
Japan!
in the middle of the World Showcase. So it may not have been Share the Show Tuesday, but I was certainly sharing the news junkie love during my trip.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank
Wiggle,
you.
wiggle, pop, pop.
Appreciate you, Jillian. Thanks for the dispatch. They were supposed to build that whole world out there out a little bit, and I don't know if they've done it yet, but they were supposed to like make some more countries.
Oh, really?
And like, it was really a shame when you would walk past where the Africa portion of Epcot was. There was like no restaurant. It was like a tiny little stand or something I had set up, and they talked about how we're going to expand these areas. And I always thought that was super cool because there's not many places you can go where you can eat like all those different things. And you could, Courtney and I would want to go and like get appetizers at different places and just hop from spot to spot.
And then if you end up at all the countries and you have like one beer, you're blacked out by the time you get back to the United States or London.
Yeah. And I think that's, I might be wrong on this. No, I am wrong on this. Because I was going to say, I think it's the only theme park where you can get shots. Because there's a bar there where you can get shots. But that's not true because you can get shots at Universal Studios. I believe.
Are they supposed to?
I don't know if they are or not.
Can you not throw that one person
I've
under the
seen
bus
people get shots there before. Maybe it's not on the menu. When we come back, we have so much more to get to. A very, very awkward moment with a woman and her brother. You got to hear to believe. It's awkward, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us. Unless you're driving. At 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on Wallace Road at Dr. Phillips Boulevard. There's delays due to an accident on Oak Ridge Road at Texas Avenue. Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Lee Road at Wymore Road. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby! Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Getting a root canal doesn't have to be a bad experience. Advanced Endodontics are experts in root canals. Why go anywhere else? Their experienced, compassionate staff uses state-of-the-art equipment, offers same-day appointments for emergencies with 5 convenient locations, and no referrals are needed. Advanced Endodontics also offers flexible financing. For more information or to schedule your root canal, go to IneedARootCanal.com. That's IneedARootCanal.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit MillsAir.com.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Everyone's headed back to school, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Ditch your old ride. You'd be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, starting at $15,900. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hi, I'm Marissa Thalberg.
And I'm Stephen Wolf Pereira. Come join us for our podcast, Brand New.
So what's really new about Brand New? Well, Stephen and I are not only longtime C-suite executives, we're friends.
Because of that, we've got a lot to say about tech, entertainment, advertising, media, and marketing, what we call Team.
It's real talk from the inside, personal talk too, and it's meant for everyone rising in business or just interested in it.
Just look for the Brand New podcast wherever you listen.
It's a brand new conversation you won't want to miss.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
To get attention, to get fame, to get money, you know, all these things that come along with it. And I'm not talking about the country singer guy, Oliver Anthony, anymore. I'm talking about the other side of this, the underbelly of the attention-hungry world online. And there was this girl who was featured, I guess, in a video from Mr. Beast, which, you know, those videos get hundreds of millions of views sometimes, at least, you know, into the tens of millions of views. I do not recognize her at all, but I guess that after that, on the tail of her appearing for a moment or two in this Mr. Beast video, she started her own OnlyFans and started to try to make some money off of that. And, you know, that's fine and all. Do your thing. But this was real weird to me. This was real weird. She's using her brother to promote her OnlyFans.
No.
And her brother's a little kid.
No.
I don't know how old her brother is. You guys can guess. I mean, I would say like 12 or something. I don't know. He's young.
That's weird, man.
And she's making videos like this to promote it.
How does it feel to have a sister that has an OF?
My friends always ask me if it's pink, but I don't really know what they mean by that.
Oh!
Do you know?
Jesus Christ. Click the link in my bio.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
He's
I feel
a
uncomfortable.
little kid.
And then the question he asked is about...
Is that a term that is used in the OnlyFans community as to whether or not... No.
If it's pink.
Oh, no.
As to whether or not people get naked? Because there's plenty of people on OnlyFans, like... What's her name? Cash Me Outside girl.
Right, who don't get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be putting out nudity on there. But, oh, that's so weird to.
That's really cringe, man.
And it's like you don't care how bad anything looks, and you get your brother involved.
How old is this girl? She doesn't know any better.
I don't know. She looks young, but I'm imagining at least 18. One would hope. But we'll see if she gets a big surge off of that, because we'll do anything. We'll lick toilet seats on airplanes. We'll do it all, baby, for the likes. You want the likes and the shares and all the digital monies that make us feel so much better about ourselves.
Instagram,
It's really
Twitter,
saving the world, I think, right? Isn't that what's happening? Maybe not. This weekend, I guess. God, this makes me feel old. This weekend is the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, baby.
Dino DNA.
And to celebrate it, they're releasing Jurassic Park into the theaters, and they're saying Real D 3D theaters, which I'm not even quite sure what that is, honestly.
Real D?
Is it like a...
I think it's, doesn't it move?
Is that one of the
Or, like,
things
sprays
where...
you in the face?
Yeah, where it's like a 4D element. I don't know. That's
Is it
4D,
pink?
though, right? I don't know what this is. Real D 3D theaters is what it says. If you could look that up, Sealand, let me know. But they're bringing it back to theaters. That movie is 30 years old. And amazingly, even though a lot of it isn't actually computer graphics or CG, the movie still holds up. It still looks brilliant. That moment when he turns her head over to show her the dinosaurs wandering in front of them, and this giant brontosaurus is going across this pasture or whatever, still feels that same way at 30 years in. And Jurassic Park holds up so much better to me than so many movies around that time.
They never went back and remastered anything with technology that
I don't
they
know.
have now.
I don't know if they've gone back and like touch things up, like kind of make things a little more impressive.
I don't know if they've needed to.
It really just looks good. Like it actually worked out. It didn't look cheesy at the time. And there's a quality I've noticed to Steven Spielberg's movies in particular, where it holds up, like it just stands the test of time. Who did the movie Goonies? Who was behind the movie Goonies? Because Courtney had never seen that, and a little while ago we watched that and she loved it.
Richard Donner?
Okay, is that the director?
Yeah.
Because that's another one of those movies where you look at it and you go, this is old, but it's nice to watch.
His notable work, aside from the Goonies, was Lethal Weapon, Scrooge, The Omen, Superman.
Yeah, there's some of those movies from that time that can still just feel
and
like
he's dead, by the
recent
way.
movies. Oh, sorry, rip.
And it was based on a story by Steven Spielberg.
What? Oh, was it really Goonies?
Yeah.
Was? Yeah, so Jurassic Park is headed out to these Real D 3D theaters. People can relive that 30 years in, which is pretty incredible.
That means that there is a handful of really great movies that are celebrating their 30th anniversary all at once.
Oh,
if
really?
If they re-release them...
Was that a banger year?
It was a banger weekend.
Was it?
Or month. Because I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they're like, what's the one that people always really like with Morgan Freeman in it?
It's Shawshank Redemption?
Shawshank Redemption
Points.
was like, it didn't do that great in the box office. And they're like, why? It's such a great movie. Well, because I think at the same time, Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, and like a couple other bangers were in theaters at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often that you get that. You might see that down the road with Barbie and Oppenheimer and people talking about that this many years later, just because those have been so big this year and it stands out. I do hate you, though, C-Lane, because I spent the portion of the weekend that I was here.
You don't hate me.
That I was back in town. I spent...
in town?
Well, I was back in the house. I spent binging the Claim to Fame show that we've been talking about this whole time.
Good times.
That show is fun. That show it's so corny, and I was worried about like how corny it was going to be because they don't have that big of a budget, and you could tell that with some of the games that they play on the show. And I was worried.
Do you have an idea of who's who yet?
Some of them, but I like not knowing. I kind of hated that because we went back and watched some of the first season too, and I kind of hated when they told us people before you could guess. I wanted it to be strung along. In the first season, though, they wanted to hook you on early and let you know, hey, some of these people are related to really famous celebrities. But to watch that show and see like how everybody just starts conniving against one another, and the C-Lane was so right about the theories that they have, and they'll lock in on a theory, and you're watching it and you're going, how could these people be so stupid? How do they not know that Elton John is not from Utah, for God's sake, which is what they thought in the last.
Spoiler alert.
How do they not know this? But everybody, it shows you cognitive dissonance and a lot of other things at work where if there's enough people who are agreeing on something, oh, yeah, obvious. It's obvious. This is the thing. Everybody just comes together and believes in the thing that's just painfully not true. So I thought that was pretty good this weekend. We've been hooked on that.
October 14th through 16th, that domestic weekend 41 in the year 1994, in theaters at the same time, Jurassic Park, The Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump, Little Giants, and Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I remember Little Giants, too.
Little Giants is great.
Pulp Fiction, guys.
Ed Wood, Time Cop. I remember Time Cop.
Yeah. It was
Time Cop.
Somebody said Lion King, but that's not on this list.
This is the time of year when those kind of movies come out. You know, the ones that they think are going to be the big, giant hits, and that's what you're seeing right now anyhow. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Ever wonder what it's like to date a homeless person? Well, do I have a docu-series for you. Drake disappoints thousands after requesting the holders stay holding the over-the-shoulder boulders. And the reason? The fruit of his loins. Plus, Britney Spears crossing into day shift territory. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Hot highs forecast to reach 96 degrees in Orlando today. Feels like temperatures well into the triple digits with another heat advisory in effect until 7 p.m. Make sure that you take breaks inside the AC and drink plenty of water. Rain chances at 40% coverage, mainly after 2 o'clock, but rain will slowly be on the rise through the remainder of the week. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store or nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cooked-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixing you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer has to say about their experience.
After the hurricanes destroyed our old fence, we took the advice of our neighbor and called Fence Outlet. They were fast and professional, and we love our new fence.
Check them out at fenceoutlet.com.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime.
car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Looking for a place to go with friends or meet new ones? Then you're looking for Frogger's Grill and Bar. With 4 great locations, there's bound to be one near you.
There's always something happening at Frogger's. Come with friends or bring the family for some food and fun. Great place, great food, and the kids love it here.
Don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu, where everything's fresh, never frozen. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Frogger's, hopping with food and fun.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And don't forget, if you miss any of the show on this lovely Monday, by the way, thanks for hanging out with us. You can get the links to the podcast and the iHeartRadio stream and all that good stuff right over there at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Have a nice night, baby girl.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguydon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps there's a baby girl out there that you want to make a life with.
You never
Start
know.
the process today by working with an expert and a friend that you can trust, That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
It was 23 years ago, 2000. Riot police fired pepper spray and rubber bullets to clear a crowd of 9,000 people at a free concert by these dudes.
A Rage Against the Machine.
Wow. and they did rage, and then the machine raged against them by spraying them with pepper spray and rubber bullets. It was Rage Against the Machine. It was outside of the Democratic National Convention in L.A. 23 years ago.
Wow.
Got too crazy. And now they have all the concerts inside?
Yeah, probably. Had a little too much fun.
It has been very fun for a lot of people attending this man's concerts recently.
Drake
is right. And the big tradition.
Did you recognize that? Is this like your favorite Drake song?
I just knew this story was
What
coming.
is your favorite Drake song?
The started at the bottom, now we hear thing. Tend to like that one. It's one of the only ones I know.
Recent headlines have been that women are throwing their bras at Drake.
No, I do have a Drake song I like. What's the one where people were doing the thing where they got out of their car and then got back in the car?
What was that?
The trend.
Was it feeling something?
Was Ghost riding the whip?
No, but it was kind of like that. People would be driving their car and then they would get out and then they would get back in and they would do like a little dance. In My Feelings or something?
Yeah, there you go. Well, Drake has now asked fans, at least in the concert this past weekend, to please keep their bras on this time.
You got too many.
Too many bras. They have been challenging each other by getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think the last one that made headlines was like 36L or OMP.
It was quite big, remarkably big.
Must be real nice to just be so famous you're tired of boobies.
He's not tired of them. He just had his 5-year-old son there.
Oh,
and this is how he explained it.
Hey, look, to be honest with you, I can't talk about tonight in LA.
Why not?
My son is at the show for the first time ever.
Oh, no.
So we're going to keep this real PG tonight, y'all. Keep your bras on.
Keep the bras on. Drake's request came after someone already threw one on stage, which he kicked off and called a glue-on.
Mm-hmm.
What's a glue-on?
I don't know what a glue-on is.
Is it pink?
I've heard of
I think it's a
bolt-on.
bra that you stick on, I think.
Bolt-on boobs is like what you call if somebody has a boob job.
Like an old boob job, right? Like an old...
Like she's got some bolt-ons.
Yeah,
I had a pasty on this past weekend for Beyonce. I felt like a new woman.
All right.
Just fun fact for you.
Thank you for that.
You could peep it on my Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Anyways, we could also, while you're there on Instagram, see this gal's latest.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears has a new stage to dance on. And a new prop, too. Her latest IG video, she has now installed a stripper pole to her house, and it is 2 minutes of straight cringe.
Yeah, she's not a good pole dancer.
Oh.
You got to practice at some point. Maybe I would wait to post the video until you had a couple rounds on X pole, because it's branded, of course.
I mean, I'm kind of, when I heard that this morning, a little bit surprised that Britney Spears didn't already have a stripper pole at some point. It just seems like something she would have gotten.
Well, she got it now.
Yeah, and she was dancing to 9 Inch Nails Closer. It was playing in the background. A decent stripper song, I suppose. I'm more of a fan of bands to make her dance, but...
You know, the one thing that always blew my mind was the first time I heard that, and I see this always going on Today I Learned and stuff, that the stripper poles, the pole moves. I don't know if hers is like that, too.
Hers moved. I mean, it had more of a platform. The ones that you'll see at the club don't move at all. I mean,
those
they're
don't
bolted
move?
in.
No. Some of them, what I'm saying is, I thought it was just a pole, but the pole spins.
Correct, yeah.
Which, like, helps them go around. I did not know that was a thing.
You thought they were just that talented?
I just thought they were incredibly talented.
That's a lot of baby oil they're using. Completely opposite end of the spectrum. Instead of getting a new pole, a woman now has a new kidney, thanks to, of all people, this group.
Step by step.
Oh, New Kids on the Block.
That's right. An LA-based teacher received a life-saving gift from New Kids on the Block, or at least their help. Teresa Crockett is her name. She attended one of the boy band's concerts in May of 2022 with a sign that says, "I need a kidney."
Did she got one?
And she got a kidney. That's all it takes.
That's pretty easy to get one, I guess.
Please share my story. Read the heart-shaped sign. I need a kidney. I'm looking for a donor. Video posted to TikTok shows Donnie Wahlberg, one of the group's founding members, acknowledging the sign. Soon after, the band brought the sign on stage, made the announcement. Hello, looking for a kidney? If you can just come by to the merch table and we'll get all the paperwork filled out or something like that. She had no idea her life was about to change. Another New Kids on the Block fan from Wisconsin reached out to her and offered Crockett her kidney.
That's generous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. If one day that is something a close family member or friend is looking for, but I can't imagine giving a kidney to a complete stranger because we both love New Kids on the Block.
That's a strange thing, but I mean, look, if they want to do it, go for it.
Yeah, why not? Why not get super stoned with Mike Tyson? Because that's exactly what this guy did.
Oh, Ric Flair.
Woo is right, and he recalls a time he got so high with Mike Tyson that he actually thought he was dead. I think we're dead. I think we're dying. I think we're already dead.
That couple is the best.
Flair has been spotted multiple times smoking weed with Mike Tyson over the past couple years, but this time he was on a podcast with Theo Vaughn and explaining that one time he got way too high.
Yeah, so you were out of coma. What was it like to be in a coma, man? I always wanted to be in a coma.
Oh, he was in a coma. He was first talking about how he was in a coma.
I just dreamt. Wow. I just dreamt. I dreamt my daughter got married, and I went back and thought about stuff and wrestling. It's funny. I got so high with Mike one night.
Mike Tyson? Is that what we're talking about, Mike Tyson?
Yeah, with Mike. Yeah. So high. We're partners in the cannabis business.
Smoking cannabis.
Got so high with Mike one night in the Hamptons that I actually thought I died. And they brought me back to my room, and I laid there, and I thought, I mean, I wasn't aware of anything.
He said he kept asking people to touch him, like shake him and make sure to squeeze his hand, and he'd be talking, and then all of a sudden they wouldn't talk back to him, and he's like, no, this is it. I'm actually dead. Hours later, he realized that he was not in fact dead, and he was talking to himself. He came to and called someone, said, is that really you? Can you hear me? And there he was, super alive, and lived to tell the tale.
Crisis averted.
Yes. Someone who is actually dead is this gal right here. Sandy.
Olivia Newton-John.
That is right, and she may be dead, but she's reappearing to her family in the shape of a blue orb.
Okay.
Isn't that special?
I guess so.
This sounds like something that happened, came straight from Grease 2.
Olivia's daughter, Chloe, says that...
What a dumpster fire that movie is.
Don't say that around my wife. She thinks it's better than Grease.
Grease 1 is way better.
She says Grease 2 is better.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cult classic, we'll call it. She says that it was a year ago, by the way, last week, that Olivia Newton-John passed, and says that 2 weeks after her mom died, her phone accidentally took a picture of her dog, and in that picture, floating next to the dog's head, was a blue orb. Whoa.
All right. I thought we were going to hear the orb again.
Oh, you want to hear?
Yeah.
It's me, Olivia. It's the same color as an aquamarine pendant that Olivia used to wear, and she had given it to Chloe before she died. And I guess here's where things get a little freaky. Chloe says, Mom and I had talked years back. We watched these paranormal shows and said, you got to show up for me. And she was like, I'll show up as one of those orb things.
Oh, she promised she would come back.
And she did. Olivia's husband, John Easterling, saw the orb 2 months ago. He went to Peru with her ashes to hold a private ceremony where they got married. He took a picture, and the orb appeared again, Sean. It's me, Olivia.
Celine, if you die, will you come back as an orb for
What
us?
color? I think just straight up ghost.
Like just a big orb.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to need a little more of a firm answer.
I'll be there.
Orb yes or orb no?
Orb yes.
All right. For those of you still alive on the boob tube, we got The Bachelorette, Men Tell All. What are they going to say? American Ninja
Probably
Warrior.
a whole lot of nothing because there's nothing going on.
5th season premiere of Love and Hip Hop Miami on VH1. Stars on Mars on Fox. And 2nd season finale of Crime Scene Kitchen. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Give it a follow. And most importantly, stay with me, Murder.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we're going to war with Australia.
Yeah.
It's happening, and the reason why is one that you're going to want to stick around for. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for two to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas is minutes away on Real Radio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Tradeport Drive heading northbound at Jetport Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident causing heavy delays on Maitland Boulevard heading eastbound at Bear Lake Road. The left lane is blocked. The left lane is blocked due to an accident on US 192 heading eastbound at Celebration Avenue. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby! Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Florida residents, rock it into summer. Now through August 31st, get 2 days for the price of one at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Here, you'll stand face-to-face with real spacecraft that have flown in space. And you can meet an astronaut, see a launch, or even journey to distant worlds at Spaceport KSC. There's a whole universe to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Get tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com. That's KennedySpaceCenter.com.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Man, we all know it's hot outside. Have you noticed your power bill going crazy? The current cost of energy is higher than it's ever been, and it's going to just keep getting higher. It's going to keep climbing. Solar Source can change that for you. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 60,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's house and my sister's house included, they do a great job. Solar Source makes it easy for a free estimate. Monster listeners, all you got to do is go online and check out the tool they have that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no salesman. Just you and the facts. That's awesome. You can harness all the power of the sun and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting electricity from the power company. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote today. solarsource.com/monsters. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Tele Tires and Auto Centers. Because Tele Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies. including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
The Fence Outlet team is knowledgeable and professional. They have fair prices and they take care of the permits. I'm very happy with my Fence Outlet fence.
Check them out for yourself at fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Get 15% off your entire order every day when you spend $5 or more on the McDonald's app. App download required.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance at a
just detest this, and it's happened a bunch of times recently. I don't know why, but Courtney and I, we went out this weekend, and we went to a delicious place called the International House of Pancakes.
Oh, wow, you guys are regulars there.
We are now regulars at the International House of Pancakes. We come in, the lady goes, oh, come over here. There was a long line and everything.
There's that weirdo who doesn't like maple syrup.
She never said a word about it. She watches me every single week because I take my pancakes, they're just totally dry, and I eat them with my hands, and not a soul has said anything about it.
What do you drink?
I either have a peach iced tea or just water, and I pound it down because that's the way to do this. That's the proper way to do this with your dry pancakes. You don't need all that syrup on top. It's a waste of time, friends. But we don't need to retread that ground. We go on and above this week because I want to tell you what she did. She does this thing that has happened a bunch of times to me, and I hate it. And it's when you're at the end of your meal and you go, can I get the check? And the waitress goes, sure. And the waitress goes away to get the check. And when they come back, all of a sudden now they have a bunch of compliments for you. Oh, you look fantastic today.
That's the hustle, my friend.
God. You know what? You are so good looking, and
Where'd you get that cool shirt?
Yeah, like your outfit looks really great today. This is a beautiful outfit for you. Really pulls out the color in your eyes, and puts the check down. And I'm like, can you be less transparent about the fact that none of these compliments are real? Can you be less transparent? Like, just anticipate that soon I'm going to want this. And then if you anticipate that soon I'm going to want the check, do it before that. But when you're setting down the check and you're like, man, you look like you have an enormous dong, I'm going to go, I don't really believe that you said that. Don't write that down.
Oh, it's absolutely written down.
Now I see you guys, your eyes start moving when I say something like that.
We don't even look at each other. We both nod like, yep, there it is.
I don't know why people...
Just wait till we're not here anymore. I could get it a lot faster.
Oh, that's true. You can get it almost in real time. Justin on YouTube says, come on, Sean, you got to get something on those pancakes. I do. It's just love on the pancakes.
Oh, God. You did that?
No, it's as they're supposed to be in their natural element. People now send me all kinds of stuff. Some guys like, check these out. They got these microwave pancakes, and they're plain, and you could take them on the go if you want to, Sean. I don't need that. I have the ones that I get every single week over at International House of Pancakes, and they are glorious in every way.
It is weird that the compliments start coming as the check comes.
I hate
Usually
that.
they like if you learned from the real hustlers, and that would be the wait staff at any of your common restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pepper those fake ass things in throughout the entire meal. They usually
nobody told me I was going to get the good-looking table today.
Usually one of the things that you ask for, like if it's a refill, they'll be like, no. Just kidding. Yes.
Yeah. It's the whole game.
But yeah, I remember sitting down at a Hooters or a Wing House or something like that, and the girl goes, "Oh, I love your sunglasses. Where did you get them?" And I said, "A gas station." She goes,
"Which
well,
one?"
She goes, "Well, I mean, I'd probably get them at somewhere a little nicer than that, but they're great." I can tell that I just took the wind out of her sails when I said it. I said it very proudly.
That was it reminds me of it was like a sales meeting years ago, and it's the show. Some of the top sales staff were trying to plan something, and one of them looks at you, and you have a miniature Zephyr Hills water bottle, and she goes, "Where did you get that?"
Yeah, her mind was blown by this.
Is it good? And it's literally just a mini water bottle.
She had gone through many years of life, not once having seen.
Where the heck did you get that?
A little mini water bottle. It was like, wait a second.
Is it better than the regular size water bottle?
The smaller they are, the better they are.
Look how good this one is, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Not as good as the mini one, but here we are.
It rocked her world. I remember that. She was very, very blown away.
She seemed like, if she would have told you that she used to work at a restaurant, you would be like, that checks out.
You might believe that. Yeah, I hate when they do that. It's like so painfully obvious that what you're saying is to try to juice more money out of me. And then I already plan on giving you a good tip. So now the cycle's going to continue over and over and over again. And this woman, we have the same woman pretty much every week. And we're now in this bad position. Oh, good God, do I hope she's not listening to the show. Oh, good
you told her we did?
No. I'm just going to put it out there anyhow. She's not listening. One week we went in there, we got a different server, and she was so good. And she was fantastic.
No.
And we're trying to not get the server that we keep getting.
Why?
We want to go over to the newer server, but you don't want to say, no, we don't want to sit in your area. We actually want another. I'm stuck.
There used to be a cab driver downtown that was like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, not only that, but if she saw you getting in somebody else's cab, and she happened to have your phone number or something,
yeah,
really?
or maybe just next time she saw you,
you traitor,
she got upset with you.
Yeah, this woman, I feel like we can't shake her. I told her, Courtney, we just got to deal with it. She forgets who we are every time, but knows that she knows us. And then, oh, God, it's a
And now she knows where she knows you from.
Yeah. I hope she's not listening to this. Because Courtney's like,
You're not getting any compliments next time.
Courtney's like, what if we like duck down low and then just like go over to the other side of the restaurant, and then over there maybe we'll get. We're trying to avoid it at all costs. Sour
you guys are going to have to find another international house of pancakes.
We might have to. She talked about that when we went to Bonefish this weekend. There was an IHOP over there, and she goes, maybe we'll just come to this one. Over on Twitch, Sour Patch Pete says she's intrigued by the man who eats his pancake raw. You got to try it. Just go once, try it my way. Just grab it with your hands, you eat it, rip it apart piece by piece, and you will feel like you're in
a cave. You're a caveman.
Yeah, you'll feel like a connection to your former self, or just like, modern man connecting to ancient man.
Right.
It unlocks something in your brain, and it's really, really good. We do need to go to, we'll stay along this same track of thinking, we do need to go to war with Australia.
All right.
Because Australia is just like the lady at the sales meeting who saw the little bottle of water and did not realize.
Where did you get that?
Oh, that is amazing.
Is it good?
I'm sorry. Why is nobody with me on this water thing?
Let's try to get you an endorsement with tiny water bottles.
Australians saw something that Americans do, and they were absolutely perplexed by this. And it's one of these things where you hear about it and you go, okay, I get it. We've grown up a different way than these people have, but I think our way is so much better, and I don't understand how they could possibly defend their way. So people they call it psycho behavior in the United States of America. That's what the Australians are calling this. So somebody posted their experience going to a bar and hanging out, and they ordered a drink and then another drink, and then finally at the end of it, they get their tab and their pay. And to Australians, this was psycho behavior, because apparently Australians pay the tab for every single drink that they get. Every single thing. Each time you get a tab, you check out with your tab, and then you wait until you get another one. Every single time you do this. And they thought The Australians, I saw all these news outlets talking about this because their social media have been buzzing about this today, and they think that we're the weird ones. To me, that is so much more bizarre. And by the way, the wait staff would be very confused as to what the hell you were doing. If every time you got a beer and you got like 4 beers, you checked out, you settled up with your
sucks
tab.
For a credit card statement.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very weird for a bunch of reasons. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess that's how they do things in Australia. Really seems dumb. I think you got this one wrong, Australia, and I will accept your apology whenever you're ready.
I noticed a lot in Atlanta is autograt, like at the bars, regardless of one or a whole round of drinks.
Did it say anything? Was it like listed somewhere?
It was like a sign. And then, of course, when you go to sign the check, it says additional tip.
Right.
But I just automatically, there I am giving them 50% tip because
50%.
Well, because I didn't realize.
Oh, because you put it on top of it. Oh, I see.
It's just there already. You know what? I'm a guest in Atlanta. Take my money.
Yeah, and I bet in touristy areas, if it is a touristy area, I bet they really make a bunch of extra money off of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wouldn't have looked at that either. I never pay attention to that stuff. Let's go over to Dez with a dispatch for us. And you can send us a dispatch to join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now to record yours, just like this.
Hey, guys. Hope your Monday's going great.
You too.
The way you handle that server situation is you ask her when she works so that you can come and visit her when you know that she's on, but then you just don't go on those times.
Not bad. It's not a bad idea.
Why don't you not like her?
She's very awkward and clumsy.
I'm right here.
And she screws a lot of stuff up. She's a pretty bad server, actually. She's sweet. She's nice enough. And she seems like a nice person. And she did help us out because, like I said, there was a line and she brought us right in and gave us a table when other people were waiting.
I bet she listens to the show. It's
I
going to
hope
be
she
so
doesn't.
awkward next time you guys go.
Oh, man. We just got to go to a different one, I think. Let's go over to Rob Ross. He's got a comment.
Good afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey, Rob.
If you want the server, just find out her name, and then when you show up, just ask for her. That's all you need to do. All right?
No, but I can't ask for the new server that we want in front of the old server. It's just going to be awkward. We just have to deal with it. That's that. Like, we're getting the food. Everything's fine. Just have to deal with the weirdness that this server brings along with her. And now we go over to Not Sure.
So I thought of something yesterday. Back in 2012, I did a stint in prison for 51 months.
All right.
It was in Florida. I did most of my time at 2 different camps. Neither had air conditioning.
Jesus.
And so you can't escape it. The wing I was on, it's brick buildings, and the wing I was on, the sun would set on that side. And I remember the bricks would stay hot till about 3 in the morning.
Oof.
And so I'm wondering, are these current prisoners alive? Because
we should check on them
outside in Florida. No AC, so you really can't escape it unless you're going to school or, even in the kitchen, there was no AC. Do you consider that humane? Do they deserve it? What are your thoughts on that? But,
yeah, you already know where
it's
everybody's going to go on this. People don't want to give any creature comforts to prisoners. They don't want that. We see other countries, and honestly, I think that we should make it so these people are living safely, right? If you're in prison, you shouldn't be like, oh, he's melting away over there. Sucks for you. Too bad we don't have any AC here. I think they should do some things to make it like so we're not actually doing harm to people behind bars. But then I look at other countries like I think it was it Norway where there was that shooter guy? Oh my God, he was one of like the largest mass shooters in history. Anders Breivik was his name. And Anders Breivik, they were talking about like his situation, and he had this big giant cell, and he was upset that he had an outdated gaming console in the cell he was in.
Poor dude.
And they like give him access.
Watch it be like a PS4.
Yeah. What is this crap? And so all the things that I heard about, I'm like, this is not what you should get when you go to prison. We shouldn't worry about that. We should worry about, are we harming the prisoners? But otherwise, you're there to serve a penalty for doing something wrong. And I don't really care to go bend over backwards to make sure you got a PS5 or something. No, sorry about that. All right, let's do one more here and to see what's happening with the Bruise Traveler.
Hey, Sean, about the Australians closing their tabs for drinks every time. I think that's very weird, but then again, those guys are pretty upside down over there anyway.
I get it, on account of the globe and all that stuff. I understand. All right, we've got
Their toilets spin backwards.
Yeah, we got a lot more to get to, so we're waiting for your dispatch. But a revelation when we return. Self-driving cars, sure, yeah, that's fine. But we've taken things a little bit further, friend, and you got to hear what happened this time. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Take a break from the flame war. Your racist brother-in-law isn't going anywhere. Real Radio Orlando on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
The ramp is closed due to an accident from I-4 eastbound to the I-4 express lanes. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike's ramp to I-4. The off-ramp left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Maitland Boulevard heading eastbound at Eden Park Avenue. The left lane is blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident on US 192 heading eastbound at Celebration Avenue. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Off.
This is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Prevention is the best protection. Off, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you. And I can say with full confidence, he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. With over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com, it's very clear he knows what he's doing. And chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So let Don get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. You want to see a difference? Go to the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Apply now and get a quote, or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Plain and simple. No spam. No hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com. Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Introducing Audible's new original series, Breakthrough. The first of its kind audio-only singing competition featuring celebrity judges Kelly Rowland and Sarah Bareilles. With host Daveed Diggs. Hear who has what it takes. Listen on Audible or wherever you get your podcasts.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Man, we all know it's hot outside. Have you noticed your power bill going crazy? The current cost of energy is higher than it's ever been, and it's going to just keep getting higher. It's going to keep climbing. Solar Source can change that for you. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 60,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's house and my sister's house included, they do a great job. Solar Source makes it easy for a free estimate. Monster listeners, all you got to do is go online and check out the tool they have that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no salesman. Just you and the facts. That's awesome. You can harness all the power of the sun and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting electricity from the power company. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote today. solarsource.com/monsters. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Tele Tires and Auto Centers. Because Tele Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance at $1,000.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the News Junkie.
Bring it to you. Your dispatches. You can join us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Come out of the woods. We want to hear your voice and what's on your mind. Anything is all right by me if you go over there and go to thenewsjunkie.com. Just let your opinion be known. A couple of things that are happening right now as the show rolls on, and I think this poses an interesting question. It looks like we're going to have the big trial. It looks like it's going to happen. You can see in front of me right now on my laptop, see, Lynn, it says Georgia has just charged Donald Trump with solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer, right? So there will be charges in Georgia against former President Trump. And what this means, and this is why the question is this going to be bad or good? This means that it's going to be televised.
Oh,
that
hell
means
yeah.
Cameras in the courtroom with the former president is what we're going to be seeing here.
It's going to be an S show.
Oh, yeah, but
how does that work? How do you get in as press? Like, you just first come, first serve, or you have to lottery system?
And everybody's going to want to be there.
And not everyone can get in, I imagine.
They'll have a pool feed, I'm sure, where they can feed this out to everybody. And this will be, I'm saying it right now, mark my words, this will be the biggest live stream of all time. This is going to be the biggest live stream of all time when we have the court cases. Forget about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. We're talking about former President Trump in the courtroom over these charges and cameras on. This is going to be a spectacle.
What do you think the current biggest live stream of all time is.
I don't know. There's been some really big
I
events.
mean, Casey Anthony, I feel like everyone was watching all the time.
I think there was a lot of people watching actually on television probably at that point.
Michael Jackson's trial, I thought, made records for the most people.
There was a lot of people watching that. There's a lot of people watching the Johnny Depp stuff, but this is going to swamp all of them. And the reason why I think this is good is because when things happen behind closed doors in courtrooms, we don't know what went down. We don't know if it was fair. We don't know if these charges are legit and Trump should be put in jail or whatever. We don't know because you only see a smidgen of information come out and you can't really figure out what's going on. If the thing is public, you do risk it becoming like a dog and pony show, but I think that's worth it. And honestly, just for the content, I'm here for it. That will be just wild to see. And I don't think, tell me if you think I'm wrong about this, I don't think there's a chance that the former president will be able to sit in that courtroom and just quietly sit there, no outbursts, no nothing, if he hears something that's disparaging to him. If he hears somebody like running him down or saying something about him, maybe he thinks it's a lie or whatever. Even though he's got lawyers and attorneys and experts, I don't see a chance that he'll be able to behave and just be quiet in the courtroom. I don't see it happening.
But then they have to give him that like one phrase. Judge says, if you outburst one more time, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And they arrest him right then and there.
Oh, my God. You imagine how dramatic that would be?
Yes.
That would be huge.
I mean, you'd think he'd want something like that, right?
Well, maybe. I don't know. BDMX Con on Twitch says the federal Justice Department cannot intervene if he wins. A self-pardon won't impact state charges. Yep, that's the whole point of the Georgia charges, honestly. And I don't know if they have them or not. Seems like that's going to be a hard one to prove. It's all going to be all about that perfect phone call. It was a perfect phone call with the folks in Georgia where he told them to find some votes. But just imagine this, man. It's going to be a huge event. You're going to have Trump and Trump supporters in there. You're going to have everybody who hates Trump watching this. It's the epitome of just a flashy case. But can it be fair? Can it be something that doesn't turn into a circus? I don't know. I mean,
how would you pick a jury that's never heard of this stuff?
True.
Is it possible to have a jury that is going to be fair and impartial against former President Trump?
And the questioning,
I don't even know.
Will have to be very, very particular.
Yeah, what's it, voir dire, when they're trying to figure out which of these jurists they want on the jury. I just don't know that the man could actually get a totally legitimate, fair trial. I don't know that would be the case. If you have 10 people in a room, those 10 people might not have solid opinions on a variety of different things, what their favorite food is, what religion they like the best. But if you ask 10 people in a room, do you like former President Trump or do you hate former President Trump? They will all have figured it out. The polls about Trump, you look at other polls and they go, what do you think about doing something about our healthcare system? And it'll say 51% say we should do something immediately. 34% say this. And then there'll be a big chunk where they're like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm undecided for right now. Those people don't exist in the Trump world. And I don't know how this whole thing is going to go down, but it's going to be interesting to watch when it does happen. So that is going to be a huge thing to keep an eye on over in Georgia. Meanwhile, I just saw this on ESPN because I'm a huge fan of ESPN.
Yeah, sports, baby.
I'm always paying attention. I'm always watching, keeping an eye on things. And this story was really surprising to me. Sports! You guys ever watch the movie Blindside?
Yeah,
No.
I cried during that with Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, and it's about this family that adopts this younger guy, and he's a football player. And
I thought that was radio.
I think it's similar. Is that the same story?
No, the Blindside guy I don't think, have mental issues.
Oh, okay. I don't remember the radio movie. Blindside dude, though, all right? So a lot of people have seen this movie. He is now going after his adoptive parents.
Oh,
and
that's awkward.
This is insane.
Guess we're getting a part
article-
2, Sandra?
Yeah, maybe. It says retired NFL star Michael Oher, whose supposed adoption out of grinding poverty by a wealthy white family was immortalized in the 2009 movie The Blind Side, petitioned a Tennessee court Monday with allegations that a central element of the story was a lie concocted by the family to enrich itself at his expense. So it says a 14-page petition filed by Shelby County, Tennessee Probate Court alleges that Sean and Leanne Toohey, who took Oher into their home as a high school student, never adopted him. Instead, less than 3 months after Oher turned 18 in 2004, the petition says the couple tricked him into signing a document making them his conservators, which gave them legal authority to make business deals in his name.
Wow.
The movie went on to make $300 million. From that, the family allegedly made millions, and I guess he's claiming that he didn't get any money.
That's baloney.
Out of this movie that was based on him. The whole thing's about him and this family, and he said they took advantage of him. And so, whereas the movie probably shows this rosy, really nice, fantastic relationship, it doesn't look like he's saying he agrees with that.
Why did it take almost 14 years to figure all this out?
Because the movie is out and made money, and maybe he just had one of those moments of reflection where he's like,
maybe he didn't have any money to find the proper counsel.
Where's my money right now? It says Oher's petition asked the court to end the Tooheys' conservatorship. Oh, he wants to be freed like Britney, and to issue an injunction barring them from using his name and likeness. It also seeks a full accounting of the money the Tooheys earned using his name, and to have the couple pay him his fair share of profits, as well as unspecified compensatory and punitive damages. So he's not on good terms with these parents from this movie Blindside, and he's saying those people, that couple, made millions off his life while he got nothing in the process. So we'll see where that goes as well. A lot of interesting things bubbling around out there. But I want to tell you this, since I teased it right before we went to break. Self-driving cars are out there, and now they've found out, according to the San Francisco Standard, that there are a lot of people in these self-driving taxis that are pretty prominent in San Francisco that are having sex inside them.
Uh-huh.
So they get into the taxi. They go, there's no taxi driver in here.
Might as well do it.
We got like a 10-minute drive ahead of us.
Let's go, baby.
And they start fooling around because the taxi driver or the Uber driver is not going to see you and come after you or say anything.
Hey.
And they just start going at it inside the Waymo or Cruise. It's another brand.
Is there cameras in there?
I don't know if there's cameras in those things.
So, it makes me wonder, because, of course, my mind goes to juices.
Mm-hmm.
If someone were to, let's say, no sex, but vomit in one of those cars, like, are you still getting the charge for it?
I don't know.
Who's going to call you out?
In an Uber, obviously, you get a charge if you throw up in the back of the thing. Alex and Megan, a couple who spoke to the Standard, said the ride wasn't exactly comfortable, but it was thrilling.
Yeah.
The fact that we were out and about in public, the whole taboo of it being kind of wrong made it more fun and exciting to have sex in the self-driving car, the couple said. And they said this is just common practice for people in San Francisco.
Oh, my gosh. Alex, a man in his 30s, told the publication he estimates.
He's not sure.
He has performed at least 6 separate sex acts spread out over the course of 3 different rides in a cruise car. He said the romps ranged from makeout sessions to full-on no boundaries activities.
Cool, Alex.
It's like, I can't be sure how many.
He also called himself a trailblazer.
Oh, he's going to start like a trend here where everybody else is doing it? I thought they were doing it already. I thought that they were up to something already. Let's hear from you. Let's get a couple of dispatches in.
I remember watching, back in the day when, access to pornography was not the easiest thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, you had HBO, the free previews once in a while. So you're trying to get, whatever you can get. You did, like, the real sex stuff, which often wasn't even that sexy.
No.
It was just, like, more documentary style. But Taxi Cab Confessions, where there was, like, a couple that banged in the cab.
Oh, yeah, that was a wild show.
And that was, like, with the driver who was, like, interviewing them. And, like, in the middle of the interview, they kind of trailed off of talking to him so she could hop on him.
Just start going at it.
And then
it's a tale as old as time.
And then they signed the waiver.
Yeah. Then they said we were willing to consent to have our images broadcast on television in front of everybody out there. That was a good show. When you were like 15, oh, man, I'm not supposed to be watching this. I'm really breaking a rule here. Let's go over to JCC and hear this dispatch.
Hey, Sean, you really seem to be concerned about 45's lack of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the stuff on TV. We know he's guilty.
I'm speaking for the royal we. Everybody agrees with JCC. This is a poisonous thought. You gotta believe in a justice system in your country. And if we have like half the country that doesn't think the justice system is legit, it's terrible. And if you just think, I hate Orange Man bad and I want him in behind bars at all costs, and I don't care, we should just start rounding up the people we disagree with politically and throwing them all into prison like that's some kind of good idea, that's dumb. We need to have open and fair trials for people if you're going after politicians. We need to see everything that's on the record and make sure that everything is as fair as possible. You get made retarded by the fact that you get filled with rage about a person and willing to throw it all out. Baby with the bathwater. Don't do that. That's bad. Here's Eskimo Brother with a dispatch.
What up, news junkies?
Hey.
Happy freaking Monday. C-Lane, Sabrina, Sean, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Definitely amazing. And I don't know if you guys heard about this story that it was in Wisconsin about the trans athlete that wants to compete in women's sports.
No.
All I know is that, let's just be fair. You don't freaking see, women trying to go into
broads.
Sports.
Yeah.
And about the tip, what you were talking about, the waitress, I feel you. When I go to Waffle House, Phyllis always says good morning to me.
Yeah.
And she's such a nice lady.
They got it right. I know I didn't hear the story you're talking about with the trans athlete thing. But my position on that is always the same. It's sports specific. Like, there's some sports where I don't even know why there's different categories. Like, we were watching the other day just because it was on the TV, a cornhole. There's like a cornhole competition. And they had like the men's category and the women's category. I'm like, it's cornhole. Do men have a decided advantage over women biologically in a game where you take a beanbag and toss it into a hole on a piece of wood? I wouldn't think that there would be any drastic advantage that a man would have over a woman there, and therefore it wouldn't really matter who is competing.
No. We always separated the genders in Flip Cup.
Yeah. Got to make sure everything's as fair as possible. So it depends on the sport.
On my Flip Cup team.
If it's like boxing, hell no. That's ridiculous. If it's MMA, I've seen some of those videos. God awful. That should not be happening. And it's absolutely not fair out there. This is something as sport by sport in, situation specific, I think. All right, we're going to hear from you. We want to see what you have to say. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now and send yours. Jury duty is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Instagram, it's not just for dog. Oh my God, look at this cute puppy.
At Real Radio 1041.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
It was a sloppy start for the Broncos in their first preseason game under Sean Payton. Their big offseason changes to the O-line didn't look very good. Playing all their starters for the entire first quarter tells you we might need to temper our expectations for Denver. They're in a tough division, tougher conference, and it's time to stop comparing this roster to what we saw with the Buccaneers and the Rams. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now at LASIK Plus, get 20% off LASIK in August. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store or nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Amy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixin you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine with Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is designed for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $33.99, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly
Auto Parts.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free, anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes, turning your home into restricted airspace. For insecticide-free protection that's people and pet-friendly, get new Raid Essentials Light Trap.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Radio 104.1.
Story time.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Charles emails, and he says, with all the TikTok on the show recently, let me be more particular in how I say this, with all the talk of ticks on the radio show as of late, not TikTok, the social media platform, but all the talk of ticks on the show lately, it's my duty to let everybody know about a product called Sawyer's permethrin. I have never heard of this before.
Sounds delicious.
You can get it at Walmart.
It's comes meth for the ticks.
In spray bottles, and you can spray clothes down with it that you know you're going to wear in the woods, and you let it dry for 24 hours. Any ticks that come in contact with you will die. I do a lot of deer and turkey hunting. I'm in the woods year-round. Picardin lotion, permethrin, and Thermacell are your best friends for big defense.
I feel like it stinks.
Or he says, and this is a weird way to fight off the ticks and stuff. What? He says you can clip a fake dragonfly onto your hat with a bouncy wire, and it will keep the horse and deer flies away from you. Out in the middle of the woods, just a little dragonfly bouncing around on your head. I guess maybe the dragonflies eat those things. And in that case, I'm going to keep all the dragonflies around that I possibly can. We'll go to jury duty in just a moment. But quick reminder, if you miss any of the show today or at any point in time, if you miss the show, you can always go to the podcast. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio or wherever else you get your podcasts. So we can spend a little more time together. Go get those links over at thenewsjunkie.com. Create yourself an account and join us with a dispatch. And we'll get to more of those in just a moment here. But right now, let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. There's a lot of options when you want to get an attorney to fight back against the insurance companies. And there's a lot of commercials and billboards out there. But I'm telling you, what you want is an attorney who's going to hear you out, listen to your story, and then fight for you, and not worry about wrapping it up as fast as it needs to be to make the company the most money or whatever they do at these huge law firms. You need the law firm that's going to be fighting for you and telling your story. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. A Pinellas County pastor is facing some criminal charges now. They say officials busted a suspected crime ring, and this pastor by the name of Robert Dell stole more than $1.4 million worth of goods from Home Depot stores throughout the state. Then he took that merchandise and sold it on eBay.
Wow.
And they said they've been busting a lot of these people, which is good. I'm glad they're doing this. But the thing that's interesting to me is we have eBay, but I think eBay is less of a problem. I actually was tweeting out about this over the weekend. Facebook Marketplace is just absolutely infested with stolen stuff.
Really? And like fake ads, too.
Fake ads that people get scammed on and stolen stuff. And it is just a cesspool of content out there for people or products for people to buy. And you go in there and they see baby formula or you see, laundry detergent. You see all these things. There are things that people have stolen from these stores, and then they go on Facebook Marketplace and sell it to other people for a discounted rate. And it's like this black market that's so plainly in view of everybody.
Yeah.
Like nobody's going after it.
Hiding in plain sight.
But remember back in the day how scared everybody was of Craigslist? Like, oh my God, we got to watch out. Craigslist is dangerous.
They're going to kidnap you.
Yeah, they went after Craigslist so hard. Nobody seems to care at all that Facebook Marketplace in every city in this country, absolutely every city in this country, is infested with stolen products from people just like this dude, this pastor. And I guess they would just go into the Home Depot, load up a cart with a bunch of expensive stuff, walk right out because they're not going to do anything to you. And you're not going to call the cops fast enough. Put the stuff in your car and drive away, and on you go. And so finally, they've been going after some of these people, and $1.4 million worth. That's a lot of stuff at Home Depot they're getting.
But once he sold it to somebody else, are they going to, obviously, the people did not know it was stolen, but considering it's stolen merchandise, are they going to try to get it back? Or
I don't know.
No harm, no foul?
I don't know how that works, honestly, because let's say C-Lane steals a computer. And then he puts the computer up on Facebook Marketplace. You might say, well, that's a suspiciously good deal for the computer, but you can undoubtedly argue, hey, Sabrina, had no idea that C-Lane stole the computer.
Yeah.
You're not the one who's going to be able to determine that. So I would think, I don't know, maybe the people just get to keep all the stuff that he sold on there, but there's some jail time for the guy who was responsible for this. There's just a lot of this kind of store thievery going on.
I don't like when they do this thing because I know this is not a really good stolen something deal. Why we're worth it? But like, I just loaded up Marketplace to see what's on. What's on it?
Have you bought anything from Marketplace?
Not Facebook Marketplace. I did Craigslist back in the day. I got a couple things. I got a TiVo on Craigslist.
Right.
I got my
stolen?
I got my first iPod on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I sold a lot of stuff in Craigslist.
It worked well.
Back in the day
you
when
put
I
stuff
was
out there, you get a lot of hits.
Poor college student, but I was in a Photoshop class, so I made the ad just spectacular. And for some reason, that would work, with a giant beanbag that smelled like dog.
And to be fair, there's a lot of people on there who's just selling their stuff. Like maybe you just get new furniture and you want to sell your old furniture, or you got extra TV or whatever. But there's just a lot of stolen stuff on there.
Yeah. The iPod was the one where I ran into a situation that I thought, this might not be above board. Because when I got to the parking lot of the Kmart to make the exchange with the person, there was a car, and in the car there was a man with a cell phone taken apart in his hand, and he was tinkering with it, and he was surrounded by boxes of cell phones in his car. And I was like,
he's in the lab.
I was like, I'm here for the iPod. He's like, I don't got no iPods. And I was like, okay. And then iPod guy shows up later, and I was like, oh my gosh, you picked the wrong parking lot.
Some
friend.
alarm bells going off there when you see that kind of stuff.
But like when somebody on Facebook Marketplace puts up MacBook Pro 15-inch Core i7, 16 gigabytes memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, $1.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, don't do the thing, and then now I have to click through it.
You got to figure out how much it really is. Kurt on YouTube says, all the expensive smaller items are caged up at the Home Depot near me. Super high theft spot. So when you do want to actually buy something, you need to find an employee. That's the inevitable conclusion of this, and I think it's so dystopian and gross. I don't know if you guys get that same feeling that I do, but if I go into a store and the store has been robbed so much that a good percentage of the inventory is behind lock and key, and if I want to get deodorant or something simple, I have to ask an employee to come over and get the deodorant out. That's such a gross dystopian world to live in, where everything is locked up because too many people just stole stuff. All we have to do to fix this problem is when people steal stuff, you charge them with crimes. It's a crime to steal stuff. We should charge people for crimes. That should be something that's really, really popular with just most people out there. Commit a crime, face a punishment for said crime.
There was something that I bought that I had to get from behind a lock and key at a Walgreens, in the last couple years or so. And
Plan B?
No. That's behind the counter.
Yeah, usually.
I think. But no, it was, I think it was just Nexium, acid reflux pills. Yeah. And they had them behind the counter. The problem was there was nobody in sight to help me.
That's how it always is. Yeah.
And so luckily.
There's one employee.
Luckily enough, the one that I needed was the rightmost thing behind the lock and key. And that thing only is a front lock and key. So you just reach around and...
Oh, you were able to get it out of there? Oh, my God. I saw a guy on...
A lot of good that's doing.
I saw a guy on Twitter, a video of him. He goes into a Walgreens or one of those places, and he goes down the aisle to steal some stuff, but it's all locked up. So the dude brought out a flamethrower or like
That makes sense, yeah.
a little torch. He brought out like a torch like you would have in your, like in your garage or something if you're working on things like that. And he starts burning away at the display.
In the middle of Walgreens.
In the middle of Walgreens,
Makes
just
sense.
using this thing. I go, this is not the future that we all deserve or that our kids deserve. We could solve this by just arresting people and taking crime seriously. And if you don't have law and order, you start to see things fall apart. And I don't want to see that. And I'm glad this pastor is behind bars. A pastor, of all people. He was not living up to God's demands.
You should be taking the money from your congregation like everyone else does.
That's the robbery that we allow you to get away with. That's the one that's approved by the state and feds. When we come back, we're going to get to you because tons of people are chiming in about what we've been talking about. Also, we've got yet another update and a strange one about people who are taking Ozempic. Wait until you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. Real radio.
104.1. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Maitland Boulevard heading eastbound at Eden Park Avenue. The left lane is blocked. You can expect delays due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike's ramp to I-4. The off-ramp left lane is blocked. The ramp from I-4 to the I-4 Express lanes is blocked due to an accident. Travel with caution. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Let me tell you something. You deserve better. You deserve better than these companies that are taking your money and charging you too much and not being fair. Fairness is an important thing. It's a great virtue, and it's a virtue that Mills Air really, truly leans into. This is the company that's not going to take advantage of you when something happens with your air conditioner. This is the company that's staffed by the absolute best techs out there. There's no arguing that. And Leon Mills is one of my favorite guys. He runs this company the right way. And Mills Air has been in business since 1992, so that's over 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs are able to work on any kind of AC that you might have, but they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. So that means they can get you big rebates up to $1,275. That's a lot, right? You can get a lot back if you purchase one of the new Carrier units that's going to save you big time on your power bill. Right now, those are real high. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159. Or if you forget that, remember this. You can find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet.
I'm bitter.
You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey, high school and college football fans. The Orlando Sentinel's got you covered with an in-depth look at Central Florida's favorite teams. Find it in our football preview section, publishing Sunday, August 27th in the Orlando Sentinel.
The Orlando Boat Show is at the Orange County Convention Center August 18th, 19th, and 20th with 20 of Central Florida's best boat dealers representing over 80 manufacturers. Fantastic deals on bass boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, wake boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Lots of family fun with Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, and the trout fishing pond. First time in Orlando is the Kids Fishing Clinic with Captain Don Dingman from Hook the Future TV show. Over 40 exhibitors showcasing a variety of products. The Boat Super Sale. You can't afford to miss. More info at OrlandoBoatShow.com.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixing you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
To get to real quick, there are now some reports that even though Reuters said that Trump had officially been indicted in Georgia, that is not yet true. They're doing a not yet true kind of thing. Like at this time, it's not true. So I don't know what's happening there, but Reuters had put it out that Donald Trump the former president had been charged in Georgia, which would have led to, and probably will eventually lead to, a televised trial in that state, possibly, which will be a whole lot of weirdness.
A real treat.
It'll be something to behold, for sure. But right now, they're saying reports that Trump has been indicted in Georgia are not true as of right now, and we'll see if there's any other updates on that. I saw this story, and whenever I see these, I'm like, how does this happen? There was a teenager this weekend, I guess, who fell into the Grand Canyon. And whenever I see these stories, I'm like,
what?
How does one fall into the Grand Canyon? It's not like the Grand Canyon sneaks up on you. It's not like,
here I go walking along.
Just swallows you whole. The Grand Canyon, best as I know, does not move around.
No.
It usually stays in one spot.
And on top of it, it seems like many people have fallen into it, and yet nothing has changed, and it continues to happen.
I don't
Can't
get
put
it.
up like a gate or something? Maybe a net at the bottom?
I do not understand how this happens. Now, there are people who have fallen into holes where they're excusable. The guy who was in bed and the sinkhole swallowed him whole. Terrible, but that's not his fault because the ground just opened up underneath him. If you fall into the Grand Canyon, I don't know that I can blame anybody except for you. I don't know that I can point the finger.
What do you mean? I was just taking a walk in northern Arizona. Just to minding my own business.
So stupid, these people. They said this teen fell 100 feet.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, he survived.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I swear to God. They said he's been discharged from the hospital, which is kind of surprising, right? Like, 100-foot fall is no joke, but this kid was able to survive it. Let me see if I can bring up an update on this. Because, yeah, he did survive this fall from the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
You should be able to, just for the record, avoid at all falling into any gigantic hole in your life. Just keep your eyes open. I don't know if he was on a cell phone or something. The father of a boy who fell almost 100 feet from the Grand Canyon's north rim feared the worst when he heard what happened. But miraculously, teenager Wyatt Kaufman survived. We're just lucky we're bringing our kid home in a car in the front seat instead of in a box, his father said. Kaufman,
wow, Dad, that was dark.
Yes, he was variously reported as 13 or 14 and was on a trip to the Arizona National Monument with his mom, according to Biden, one of the 9 wonders of the world, he said, when a terrifying incident at Bright Angel Point took place last Tuesday. I was up on the ledge and was moving out of the way so other people could take a picture. I squatted down, and when I was holding onto a rock, I only had one hand on it. It wasn't that good of a grip. It kept pushing me back. I lost my grip and started to fall into the Grand Canyon. My God. Just stay way away.
Wee.
If I went to the Grand Canyon to take a look up close, which I've never done because I've flown over it and going into Vegas, I'm like, there it is, Grand Canyon. All right, cool. I see it. I don't need to see a hole up close, really. That sounds strange.
Ew.
After that, the first thing he remembers is coming to in a helicopter, which dozens of emergency personnel from multiple agencies worked for hours to get him safely into after performing a rope rescue to get him back to the rim of the Grand Canyon. That sounds expensive. He's already been discharged
40
from the
emergency
hospital.
personnel in 2 hours?
Yeah, that sounds a little pricey. They said, although beautiful and popular, the Bright Angel Point Trail is exposed, narrow, and surprisingly steep. I don't know why people do this, but...
How is it surprisingly steep? I feel like it could just see it.
Yeah,
no surprise there.
You know that you're near the Grand Canyon. So, like...
I'm the PC says, did you guys just see that Grand Canyon pop out of nowhere?
I don't get it. I understand all kinds of other accidents and situations that people get themselves into. I don't get this. Steve-O says, it's like the idiots who try to take a selfie with a bison at Yellowstone. Right. And I find
those videos are hilarious.
I find it kind of hard to feel bad for some of these people. Like, do you guys ever see a video of a person getting actually hurt, but you don't care and you think it's kind of funny?
I mean, then we're going into dark territory, but absolutely.
Getting actually hurt, you don't care because of various circumstances. In general, I don't feel that way. But if I'm watching a bullfighter and the bull gets the bullfighter, hey, sorry, bub. I mean, I'm not going to feel super bad for you here. If I saw somebody fall into the Grand Canyon, I might enjoy it.
I think like there's a way to think about it, and it could be comical and look at the humor of it all, perhaps, and then sometimes you see the actual like pictures and footage from it, and it's like, oh, that was really gruesome. And
yeah, I'm
sorry.
There was one not that long ago where I don't know if you saw this video. A guy had some people in the car with him, and he drove the car off a cliff, like straight up off a cliff. And it looked like something out of...
Was it the O'Doyle family?
No, it wasn't the O'Doyle family. This is real life. This is a real thing. And the guy, they ended up surviving somehow, which was kind of wild, just like this kid who fell into the Grand Canyon. So be careful. Don't trip and fall and wander your way down into the bottom.
Good advice, Sean.
Are there things in the... Okay, this is going to be really stupid sounding.
Okay, let's do it.
Do people go down
Yes.
to the bottom of the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
What do you do down there?
You hike.
You just hike around?
Yeah.
And then...
In fact,
Do you spit on?
You climb up from the bottom?
yes, you do.
Oh, wow.
Like Drake.
I think so.
I wouldn't want to do that. No,
Why?
that would be scary as hell. Climbing up the side of the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh.
I think you would do it, right?
I don't know. I don't
You
think
seem like
so.
a hike guy.
No way. I
All
mean,
right.
I wouldn't mind going on a hike, but this hike has to be like not in a dangerous place. Like I want there to be
Well, it's even worse now
a
because
hospital nearby.
It's even worse now because of the record temperatures that have been going on. So right now they're asking visitors not to hike into the canyon between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. because of it's like high of 118 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God! Yeah, and
Hell
then,
no.
Look, we already know getting help to the people down there is not very easy, just because the logistics of it are incredibly difficult. Question for everybody: I just noticed this as of the last couple of days, but is this new? Like on my iPhone, on the home screen, it's had excessive heat warning.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that too for like the last
And
3 days?
My smart home device has been alerting me.
Says the same
as well.
thing?
Like I'll get a notification and
Are you
I'm
talking
thinking
about
like,
Shmishmishma?
yeah. And I'm I could see that there's a notification, something about a package, and they're like, nope, this is a warning from this to this about the excessive heat.
That has not happened before, right?
No, because it's the hottest summer of all time.
I've been getting those notifications, and it's like this warning has been issued by the Weather Service, the excessive heat warning, and it starts at 11 in the morning and it ends at 7 at night.
So,
and I get the notification about it at like 2. I'm like,
Right,
it's
it's dead center.
What has been happening since this morning?
Chi-Town Sweetie on Twitch says, Sean, you really need to try the Grandfather Mountain Trail in North Carolina. I had a blast and have no experience doing that. I left a magnet up there. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I'll have to try. I mean, I'd like to try something like that out. I just haven't gone on any kind of crazy hike like that. But I couldn't do anything in one of these dangerous areas. It's not for me. You ever see the videos of the people riding mountain bikes on these like precarious trails?
Oh my gosh, those like really, like watching someone deep dive. Like I just hold my breath the whole time.
I don't like it.
And then back in the day when the rentable Razor scooters were in town, I felt like I was one of those people. I wanted to strap a GoPro to my head because I was just dodging traffic and light poles, and I'm like, I am one of those bikers.
I do not know how people do that stuff.
It's
like
an
you were
adrenaline
saying,
rush, man.
But it's like you're saying, even watching it, you get that feeling in your stomach that's like a pit.
Like the Russian people who hang from buildings.
Oh, God. All you people are crazy. Stay on regular land, please.
We love you.
One of
Be
those
safe.
dudes just did not complete his mission on one of those videos.
One of the more famous ones.
surprising.
Yeah. And ended up dying trying to do that stuff. And again, then you go, you kind of knew the risks of what you were doing.
All the
Guy
friends
doing
are
what
like,
they love.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could view it a million different ways, but I think just be a little bit safer, maybe.
That phrase, though, it's like die doing what they love, but it's still a horrific death that hurt a lot.
Okay, really, if you see the image of the person's body afterwards, it doesn't really scream.
Their
"Die
knees
doing
right
it."
next to their face, but it's the passion of it all.
Did
The
you
body's
guys
an impossible pretzel.
Did you guys ever watch the Netflix series Friends from College?
No.
Yes, loved it.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah,
Going with Keegan Michael.
yeah.
And Savage.
Yeah, there's some really great. I mean, it only lasted 2 seasons. I really liked it, but there were some really, really funny bits they did. As part of part of their story. And one of them was the eccentric friend was dating some guy, and he was like a base jumper whose chute didn't deploy.
Oh no!
And so all the friends had to go to this funeral where they're like, I mean, what were you expecting? And they're just sitting there at the service trying not to make jokes and just awkwardly like whispering to each other, and it was hilarious.
Like the guys in the squirrel suits. They're just flying around, defying human possibilities. It's crazy, and I'm impressed, but I think it's very, very frightening. Ozempic, it's the drug that is everywhere right now. It's a drug that's supposed to be for people with diabetes, but it also turns out that if you take Ozempic, it makes it so you're not hungry nearly as much, and so people are shedding tons of weight, and their appetites are dropping. Now, it took me until today to understand a little bit more of why Ozempic works the way that it does. And I don't know if either of you knew this or not, but when I was reading into this, they said that there's a huge warning right now for people on Ozempic because if you take anesthesia, it could have a negative impact on you.
Oh, really?
If you have Ozempic. Because Ozempic, one of the things that it does is it just completely slows down the entire digestive process. So every step of the way, it's slower.
So you don't poop for days?
It takes a long time. And the food is like in your stomach for a strange amount of time, which is why you feel full and why you're not hungry to eat anything else.
That just like the way that you put it, it blows my mind that people are they not getting the nutrients that they need? Like, are you tired all the time?
It's got to be bad. There's no way this is like
you
all
crapping
rosy.
yourself? Can you imagine after 4 days because you're on Ozempic, the amount of bowel movement?
You might be in the bathroom for a while. You might be working on that for a while. But they said this weight loss drug could cause anesthesia complications. If you're having any sort of procedure, just remember that you're going to want to stop the drugs because you're supposed to do this on an empty stomach. They prepare for that. Anesthesia works based on this, and it might not work its way into your system if you don't have an empty stomach because of this drug. So that's causing some problems out there. Okay, quick break. When we come back, a doorbell camera that caught the most insane moment from this weekend. Wait until you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Instagram. It's not just about food pics, but it's mostly about food pics.
At Real Radio 1041.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The ramp from I-4 to I-4 Express lanes is closed due to an accident. You can expect delays due to an accident on I-4. The express lane's heading westbound before Conroy Road. The left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Maitland Boulevard heading eastbound at Eden Park Avenue. The left lane is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Off.
This is Pretection. Yep, Pretection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Prevention is the best protection. Off, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. A big congrats to last week's winner, Gary. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. And if you don't win today's riddle, don't you worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted Best Downtown Orlando Restaurant 2 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. You will absolutely love Maxine's on Shine because I certainly do. For more information on location and reservations with my full-hearted recommendation, go to maxinesonshine.com.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
The Idaho Massacre podcast investigates the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. After a cross-country manhunt, a PhD student is charged with the crimes. But were these his only victims? Join the producers of the Piketon Massacre to explore all sides of this shocking crime.
Like so many people, this case hit us particularly because of the sheer magnitude of violence and tragedy.
Listen to the Idaho Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Injured on the go. Just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by an attorney spokesperson.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors, but it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed, and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Fence outlet customer Amy said,
"We had a fire on our property and needed to replace our fence quickly. We have grandchildren and pets, and we were concerned for their safety. A friend recommended Fence Outlet. We scheduled a free quote, and they had our privacy and safety restored quickly."
Visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C10252 and C10803.
Hi, I'm Marissa Thalberg.
And I'm Stephen Wolf Pereira. Come join us for our podcast, Brand New.
So what's really new about Brand New? Well, Stephen and I are not only longtime C-suite executives, we're friends.
Because of that, we've got a lot to say about tech, entertainment, advertising, media, and marketing, what we call team.
It's real talk from the inside, personal talk too, and it's meant for everyone rising in business or just interested in it.
Just look for the Brand New podcast wherever you listen.
It's a brand new conversation you won't want to miss.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
We'll get into this doorbell cam moment in just a moment here. But when I see these stories, and there are a lot of them out there, like I'm not exaggerating, there's seriously a ton of these stories every day when I'm making the rounds and trying to see what we should talk about on the show here. This one just happens to be in Harris County, Texas, and about a guy named Jim Johnson and his wife, Lark Johnson. And when I read this story, it's so many of these details you just hear over and over again. These people were in a neighborhood, and there was a house in the neighborhood that went on the market. Somebody showed up to that house that was on the market, and they gained access to the property. Usually they break a window or something, and they get into the house. Then they call a locksmith, and the locksmith changes the locks on the place. And then they produce some sort of fake agreement to allow them to occupy that place. And when the owner inevitably calls the police, the cops go there and they go, there's nothing we can do. You now have to start legal proceedings against these people, and they're going to be living in this house whether you like it or not for a year.
And you have to get out of their house.
And you can't go into your own house. They get to live there for 6 months to a year. And when I hear that, I go, that just seems so wrong. It seems so wrong that is the situation.
And there's no like accountability to it. Like locksmith can't double check that that's their property.
Right.
You can call the electric company and they'll turn on electricity. And if it's under their name, that's another like legal squatting rule.
It seems like the littlest bit of gatekeeping would solve that problem, right? If you said, hey, locksmiths need to get proof of ownership, maybe they would say, oh, they're going to show the other ownership that they show to the police when they arrive. There's just something about it that strikes me as so wrong, just so wrong. And people do this because there are people out there, believe it or not, who don't care. They don't care how bad they look in situations. They're not worried about being absolute monsters of people. They just simply don't give a damn. So they'll go from house to house to house doing this, and they'll go, I've lived for the last 6 years and never once had to pay any rent.
Must be nice.
Because I just find a new place, and I change the locks, and I move in there, and then the neighborhood is upended the entire time I'm there, right? Because the neighbors have to deal with this stuff happening. I just can't believe after all these years there's not been more done to put a stop to this. I can think of lots of ways that you could do this. You could have it so there was a simple office in each state or county where you had to verify, like you had to give a stamp to a leasing agreement or to a mortgage agreement, and then you'd say the piece of paper that the person is showing you isn't an official one because there's no stamp from the state on it verifying it. You could do a million different things, but no one does anything. It's just like, somebody's squatting in your house and they change the locks.
That sucks.
Damn, that sucks. All right, see you later. It ain't me this time, so I'm not super duper worried about it. But these folks are dealing with that same thing. And again, it just strikes me as so wrong that would be the case. And there's even been stories of people who went on vacation, and when they came back from their vacation to their own house, somebody has done this and changed the locks on their own house. And now they're back from their vacation and they can't get in their home. They can't sleep in their bed. They can't do anything.
But there's no is there not breaking and entering?
You would think so.
Burglary.
Yeah. You would think
trespassing,
occupying a dwelling that is not yours. I don't know. It seems like there would be just a bunch of stuff. But each time that this happens, nobody does anything about it.
It seems like
the squatters.
The road to be
you're going to keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
The road to be protected by law is littered with crimes.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. That seems antithetical to any sort of just decent functioning society. I don't know why we're this way. Sun State John says, stand your ground, shoot them, shoot the intruders, then call the cops. These, in most cases, are not people that are intruding on your house while you're home. It's somebody who, when you leave, when you're gone, they go in and then they have a locksmith come that change the locks, and then you can't get in your own house. And when you call the cops are like, hey, they found the loophole. It's like the steal a house for a year loophole. And then I guess the people don't get in trouble at the end of it.
Can't wait till you go on vacation, Sean.
I know, it's
I'm going to
scary.
squat the ass out of your house.
It's so scary to think about this because, and then they go, the solution to this is for people who are putting properties on the market to put cameras in their household. And I guess that's to catch them in the act of breaking in, because if you have evidence that they broke in, then you can get them on that and the cops will arrest them. but it seems to me I can prove that I own something, like my car or my house.
Or that was a painting of you dressed as a king. There you go.
Over there.
That's me.
I could prove
Do that.
I could prove that that's mine. Well, that would be harder to prove, but you can prove that you own things. And if you can prove that you own something, it's like showing a receipt for it. Then the cops should go, you out of the house, you in the house. All right, good to go. Dust our hands off here.
Right.
We've solved the problem. On to the next one. But we don't see that. We just don't. And that seems very, very, very frustrating. Here is the doorbell situation I was talking about. If you haven't seen this, it's crazy. This is surveillance footage captured on a Ring doorbell. This is in Plum, Pennsylvania. And the explosion that you're going to hear caused the deaths of 5 people, including a child, unfortunately. 1 person remains in critical condition at the hospital. The blast caused a fire that then destroyed 3 more homes in the area. And I think they're still researching what happened here. But I think these homes were built on top of some weird gas field or something. And
like a landfill, maybe?
I don't know. I'll look it up in a second. See if you can look up Plum, Pennsylvania explosion, and because there was something about how underneath these homes there was something that they believe might have led to this, and the Ring doorbell camera shows.
Oh my God!
Ferocious explosion. Pieces of the house just go everywhere.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. You would have thought they were working on a bomb in that house, but that is frightening.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it was something like the houses were on a gas field or something like that. See if you could bring something up and let me know when you do.
Years ago, I think it was during the first year of COVID, manager of a friend of mine all of a sudden gets this news that his mother and his stepdad died in this explosion in Georgia.
Randomly like this?
Yeah, but it was, to smithereens. There was all of a sudden this huge explosion, and there was no house in sight. It took out the house. It took out, obviously, the people in it. I think they blamed some sort of propane tank or gas line underneath, but it was something out of a damn movie.
This says the president of People's Gas said gas service was shut off to the Rustic Ridge neighborhood by 11:30 Saturday.
All right.
Crews checked for leakages following the explosion and determined the gas system had been, quote, operating as designed, unquote. Hewer, president of People's Gas, said no timeline had been established for returning gas services to the area.
See, this says father 38 and son 12 among 5 killed in Plum home explosion that destroyed 3 houses. Pair were visiting their neighbor's property that sat on an abandoned mine. So,
what?
That's what they're suggesting maybe had something to do with this.
Realtors didn't want to include that during the showing of the house?
That's very strange. It said the house sat on an abandoned mine, excuse me. Identification of the dead is expected to take some time. Yeah, that's not good. 3 people were rescued from the blast, with 2 being released from the hospital. And as C-Lane said, the gas people were quick to go out and be like, wasn't our problem. We didn't have anything to do with this. This was not our bad. This is on somebody else right now. I'll put that video up on See It Now in thenewsjunkie.com. So if you want to check that out, it is worth your time and worth a view. Pretty wild. And we'll put that up on the See It Now section of the app and the website momentarily. All right, we're going to take one final break. When we come back, we're going to do the stories that didn't make the cut. We're going to do we'll do the final dispatches as well. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Is it a bloomer, Deb? Is that what you wear over your underwear or whatever?
Right?
Yeah.
We wore gym shorts.
So
That's why Deb is mocking you by looking at you that way.
Yeah, you see Deb's body language? It's just screaming, okay, bloomer.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Hot highs forecast to reach 96 degrees in Orlando today. Feels like temperatures well into the triple digits with another heat advisory in effect until 7 p.m. Make sure that you take breaks inside the AC and drink plenty of water. Rain chances at 40% coverage, mainly after 2 o'clock, but rain will slowly be on the rise through the remainder of the week. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes your fancy designer half-calf, heavy cream, no-whip mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while their fast-friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
You know that expression, the grass is always greener on the other side? Well, with Massey Services, it's literally true. Why? Because Massey does what the others don't. Every lawn is unique. So Massey starts with a detailed analysis and then builds a customized plan to prevent and control weeds, diseases, and harmful pests. Then they aerate to ensure water and nutrients reach the roots of your lawn. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Hey guys, one last chance for you to be part of the action this Saturday at the 2023 Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament presented by Injured on the Go. Just call Mo. Final seats now available in a last chance auction benefiting the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. Plus, these seats also come with a casino pass so that a guest can enjoy the Home Loans Radio Casino. Top poker player who survives the Solar Source final table gets a trip to Las Vegas. For more information, head on over to realradio.fm/poker.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in the car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist grade on a curve with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping. And you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well, and then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control
control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Man, we all know it's hot outside. Have you noticed your power bill going crazy? The current cost of energy is higher than it's ever been, and it's going to just keep getting higher. It's going to keep climbing. Solar Source can change that for you. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 60,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's house and my sister's house included. They do a great job. Solar Source makes it easy for a free estimate. Monster listeners, all you got to do is go online and check out the tool they have that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no salesman. Just you and the facts. That's awesome. You can harness all the power of the sun and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting electricity from the power company. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote today. solarsource.com/monsters. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We love you. We appreciate you. And if you missed the show, as always, you can get the podcast. The links are over at thenewsjunkie.com, so you can listen to us on iHeartRadio at your leisure.
Yeah, give us a follow on there.
Yeah, make sure you're following. I guess you could. I never did that myself, I don't think. I don't know if I followed.
Sean!
Oh, God, what a terrible person I am. I need to do that after the show.
These are our bosses.
That's why you get the following status set, so then you could get the updates when the show is posted each day. When Celine puts up the podcast, you'll be all ready to go. I did see over the weekend near Detroit, there was a plane crash at one of these air shows that happened, and I guess the pilots both ejected out, and so they were okay. I think this is it. I put it up on See It Now so people could take a look. The plane looks like it's flying around pretty normally. Oh, there they go. They both just ejected out.
Wow.
And I didn't see anything go wrong.
And then the plane just...
Yeah, the plane just crashes.
Into what?
Just wherever it ends up landing.
Hopefully no one's
Hopefully not
house?
in this neighborhood, yeah, because there's like big mansions here. I didn't see anything weird happen with the flight. It didn't look like anything where it really went wrong.
It might have been that they had enough control of the plane to kind of put it on a, like on a track to where it's going into a body of water,
right,
and then got out of there. But who knows what could have.
Like they know it's going to be sinking at this speed or whatever,
Yeah.
and they could ditch it in a safe place, I guess.
Pointed at a field.
Yeah, right. Please, not one of those houses over there. But those folks, the pilots, were able to eject out of that flight at that air show. Over to you and your final dispatches. We got a bunch of people who would like to say things. Let's hear them. Here's Mo Manji, the realtor. He's talking about the realtor stuff.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Sabrina, to answer your question about the realtors not telling the people about the mine underneath the house, the realtors can only disclose information that has been disclosed to them. We don't know anything more about the property rather than the client tells us. That's all we know. So that's what we provide you the information with. And in regards to that story you guys were talking before about the squirrel suit, I actually had a friend that died that way, kind of flying in the air and just ended up dead. Thanks. Bye.
It's got to be one of the most dangerous things you could do. It's just like you're really tempting fate in these things.
I went back and watched that part of Friends in College, and it was Fred Savage's character that was like, life just happens that way. 1 minute you're hurling yourself off of a giant building, and you never know.
What happened to Fred Savage? Didn't he get canceled at some point? What did he do?
There was an attempt on his not life, but his social life.
Things got weird on the new Wonder Years show, from what I understand. And then his brother, Ben Savage, Boy Meets World, is like running for, what is it, state senate?
Oh, he's a politician now?
Attempting.
Really?
I don't know if he's been voted, or I don't know when that is.
It's weird to see all these people getting older now. And it's like a little kid from a TV show, and now like, I'm going to be a politician now. Here's Juan. Juan has a dispatch.
I love how Sabrina has lived or knows somebody has lived through every single story you guys talk about. Oh, my God.
Is it so annoying?
What was that? What was the story?
I don't know.
I don't remember what he's talking about.
Dude, we do a talk show.
Yeah.
We respond. Sometimes there's relatable stories.
Here's Big T with the dispatch.
Good afternoon, morning.
Oh, he's tiny.
So I will be shocked if C-Lane has not heard
Oh,
of this.
and now he's on AM.
Cover. But have you guys heard the cover of We Did Not Start the Fire?
Yeah, We Didn't Start the Fire, the Fall Out Boy cover.
Is it a cover? Or is it
reimagining?
Their attempt at a sequel?
Yeah, because they changed all the
awful.
words. It's kind of fun sounding, but it didn't need to be a thing. The original was such a special song. Nobody had done a song that I ever heard of like that before. And it's kind of weird to hear him try to work in some of the phrases that he uses to update the song.
Yeah.
Like Kim Jong-un. Like he just
some of the first of all, the things are I've only heard the song once. The things from the reviews I've seen that are listed in the new version are just completely out of order. In the original, every verse was a decade.
Yeah.
And it was all stuff that happened in that decade.
Scattershot. Yeah.
This one's super scattershot. It doesn't follow the cadence of the original like lyrics at times. It's sloppy.
It will be just like that damn Fast Car song, which I hate that had to be a thing. I wish they could have just started playing Tracy Chapman's version again, but whatever.
Or Sean's.
Or my version. A lot of people have been introduced to this stuff for the first time through these remakes. It's kind of interesting how that happens. And so many times the younger people have no clue that this isn't the original thing, right? Like you hear a song and you're like, for instance, who sings the Big D Energy song? I can't remember her name.
Lotto?
Is it Lotto? That song, the beat in that song has been used in so many songs. Like so many classic rap songs have used the beat that she used.
It reminds me of my friend who also took a sample of somebody's song.
Your friend Lotto.
Remember Kanye and Paul McCartney did like that one collaboration, and then all the young kids are like, that Paul McCartney's going to go places.
I think he's got something
really
going.
Good.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff that happens out there. And people will listen to the Lotto song and they'll go, oh, this is a great beat. She really made the most amazing beat here.
I'm curious if anybody has like been able to get Billy Joel's opinion on the remake.
Oh, yeah? I wonder how, he probably doesn't like it.
He doesn't even like the original.
Oh, he hates the original song?
He in multiple like interviews and masterclasses, he'll explain why. It's not because it's necessarily a bad song, but compared to all of his other material, it's very musically basic.
Oh, because it's just like, yeah. But it works that way. It doesn't have to be the most complicated to work. Here's Jazzy Josh talking about Facebook Marketplace.
What's up, Sean? You're talking about Facebook Marketplace. I recently got a pretty nice kneeboard on there for really cheap, and I went to go pick it up, and I definitely bought it off a meth head. And so,
still got a deal.
There's no chance he was using that, but hey, I'll be kneeboarding it up this summer on a budget. Ooh, yeah.
Congratulations, Jazzy Josh. Last one for now. Here is Green Panda.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday. Loving the show.
Hey.
I totally agree with the things being locked up is ridiculous. What's worse is if you're in the area of town where the bathroom is locked up. That's my huge pet peeve. Don't go to the area. And be safe. Anyway, have a great day. Love you guys.
Thank you, Green Panda. We have a park that I've talked about a lot of times that's very close to my house here. And at the park, they have a playground, and the playground has a building next to it with a men's bathroom and a women's bathroom. and it's just open to whoever. And I've always thought, like, oh my God, this must be an absolute disaster. Like, what's it like in there? And I get there's somebody who comes like every single day and stays on top of that stuff. So, like,
that's awesome.
You can have public things that are nice that not everybody ruins.
Depends on where it's at, because then you go down to
sometimes no
downtown and that public bathroom, and I'm like, someone just took a shower using this sink.
Yeah, it gets a little gross. Or you have like a Starbucks where you see people go in there and do that same thing, and you go, oh my God, you've ruined this place. We just have to keep things nice. I think
there was a
everybody
guy who
should
would
strive for that.
Guy who would do that at our Starbucks that I used to hang out at a lot, and he would often break the sink. And then he would go up to the counter at the front and talk to the barista and go, "Hey, your sink is broken." And it's like,
damn it,
because you
Steve.
just tried to bathe in there, asshole. We know it's you.
Oh God, I don't know. Sometimes I see this stuff like Courtney and I. There was somebody that we saw this weekend that was engaging in a behavior where you look at them and you go, "How do you do it? How do you manage to live? How do you pay your electric bill, pay your rent? How do you stay from dying? How do you cook dinner for yourself? Like, how are you able to functionally make it through life? Because it seems like your level of intellect is like a 2 out of 100.
But they keep on going.
And they are. They keep on procreating, too, most of the time, too. All right, let's...
Oh, I can't wait to hear during commercial break who you're talking about.
No. This is just, generally speaking, a lot of dumb people seem to be really good at procreating. Let's do this instead. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
As the only person in this room who is currently involved in the act of procreating, I take offense.
Oh, I'm not talking about you. This is going to be a smart baby.
I'm the only one here.
This baby's going to be a genius. I told you, though, we got to start with this baby, and I'm saying we. We're working on this together.
Yeah.
We have to pick a trade or a skill or a sport or something.
For sure.
And from day 2, this kid's got to be like, give him the golf club, and...
Or maybe a musician.
Yeah, I'll give him a guitar.
Chess player.
Like, get him playing something that'll make him really rich or super successful.
Get a podcast going.
Today I Learned for a Monday, August 14th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this song.
Thriller.
Thriller is correct. During the filming of the music video for Michael Jackson's Thriller, many famous entertainment figures visited the set. That included Marlon Brando, Fred Astaire, Rock Hudson, and even Jackie Kennedy Onassis, all showing up at the scene for the music video.
It was Onassis, isn't it?
Onassis. I think it's Onassis. I think you're right. Today I learned in 2003, 2 men stole and flew a Boeing 727 parked at an airport in Angola. Neither of them was qualified to fly the plane. The plane and the men are still missing to this date. But one can imagine
still just flying around, huh?
they probably didn't make it where they were trying to go. Today I learned this lady right here. Shakira. Today I learned Shakira was rejected from her school choir. Her music teacher said she sounded, quote, like a goat. And look at her now.
Yeah.
Huh, music teacher? Look at her now. Today I learned this show movie thing.
High School Musical?
That's right, High School Musical. Zac Efron didn't actually sing a damn lick in the first High School Musical. His parts in the song were all sung by somebody named Drew Seeley, and then they realized whilst filming that he actually had a good voice, so in the next one, they did it. Now they're like doing High School Musical, the show, the Broadway show. Now it's very hard.
App.
It's hard to follow what's going on with them now. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. We love you. We appreciate you. Here we go. Today I learned this band.
All-American Rejects.
That's right, the All-American Rejects. They were part of a project called Nightmare Revisited, a collection of cover songs to the Nightmare Before Christmas with Marilyn Manson. All-American Rejects did one, Korn did one, a bunch of other bands redid that Nightmare Before Christmas song. Some of them are really cool if you check them out on YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. Rover is coming up next. More great content on the way in Dallas and in Orlando. It's the Jim Colbert Show. It's on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.